one? Could you be one? Sound about thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday. Brew up some coffee and play it my way. Would you be mine? Could you be mine? Won't you be my gamers? Won't you please, please won't you be my gamers?
Hey everybody, welcome to Mr. Hobbs' Gamerhood. I am Jason Hobbs, or as some might know me, GM Hobbs. Today we are playing a very special episode of Low Fantasy Gaming One Shot by Pickpocket Press and Steve Grodzicki, a recent guest on Hobbs and Friends. Super good guy. If you haven't went and listened to that episode, do it now. I'm talking to you, Eric. I mean, seriously. Get out of this game and do it right now. I'm just kidding. All right, so anyhow,
I'm leaving.
I'm out. Anyhow, we are playing another one of the adventure frameworks. It is called An Unpaid Debt. We have the same groups of characters. I made one of each class. Eric added some stuff to them and totally messed them up. I had to go back and fix them. But we have some repeats from last Whitestone Tower episode. And I guess before we can have a game, we have to have players. So let you guys introduce yourselves and your characters. Let's start with Aaron.
Greetings. Make me go first. I am Aaron. Playing one of Hobbs' Kalamata game now and then. I'm playing Arnjin. He's a bard. I don't know a ton about this game other than reading the book, so I'm excited to be here. And I won't get to talk in my normal wizard voice, so that's kind of weird, but we'll cope.
We'll deal. Yeah, so if you have any questions about your characters, you can go ahead and ask them. It looks like Harrigan's up next.
All right, guys, I'm Harrigan. Happy to play. It's my first time playing with Hobbs and this whole crew, so I'm excited about that. I've had low fantasy gaming for a while, but I've never actually gotten a chance to play it, so this is kind of cool as well. I am playing Arna. Arna is a barbarian, and we'll find out more about her, as will I, as we play.
All right, Brian.
Howdy again, I'm Brian. It's a beautiful day in the Gamerhood. I'm back at Hobbs and Friends Twitch. This time I'm playing a magic user, Janice or Janes. I will hopefully have some kind of magic user voice for you. I'll work on that in the next few minutes.
Oh boy. Eric.
Hi, I am Eric Salzwedel, and I'm just a normal gamer, and I listen to Hobbs' podcast. It's okay sometimes. I am playing Magda, a priestess of Graxus, the Iron God. So she is a priestess of war, and she's looking to test her mettle and establish dominance over her foes.
All right, she does look pretty pissed. Okay, so
she's angry.
If you guys want to see what's going on other than in the Roll20 or, see me, you can head over to the Twitch. If you don't, it's fine. Whatever you do, whatever you want to do is fine. We're also recording, so I'll put it on the YouTube someday when I have nothing better to do than run my computer for half an hour. So the way this game goes, we're not going to start in Vorngard. So this is going to be different than every other low fantasy game I've ever played. So your characters are part. Hey, Lareth the Beautiful is in the chat. What's up, Lareth? Man, last time I looked, there was nobody in there. Now it's saying there's a few. Anyway, so you guys are in a location known as the Drelnor Forest. I found a section here to read to you briefly. It's an elder woodland of the Midlands with a prodigious mix of gigantic oak, yew, and willow trees. Its enormous canopy, thick and lustrous with age. The occasional beam of sunlight stretches to the overgrown floor, but for the most part, the trees and nettled undergrowth are dim and shrouded in half light. The air here is cool, loud with insect calls, and strong with the scent of moldering leaves. The first forest is no place for the unarmed or ill prepared. Even in the outermost fringes, hostile scorn and thule are common, not to mention beasts such as direwolves, owlbears, and giant spiders. Deeper within, where the trees grow wider than houses, the relics of dead civilizations might be found, imposing statues, puzzling obelisks, and crumbling ruins. So you guys are part of this larger group. Hey, Argisius, welcome, man. For the Iron God, he says, Eric. Anyway, so you guys are part of this larger group known as the Wild Hunt. Your group, the Wild Hunt, is known for monster hunters. And it wasn't that long ago that the whole group was sent into the Drelnor forest to kill the twin ogres, Ograk and Mograk. And that was successful. But there might have been a little bit of more damage to some areas than you had, some collateral damage. So the group split up when they left. And that was 2 days ago. And you guys have found yourselves in a wooden clearing, just finishing resting up and preparing yourselves for the continued journey on to Port Brax. There's a light drizzle. It's evening and you're just settling down to camp. Does anyone have any questions? Aaron?
Sure, we split up with the rest of the group to clean up some collateral damage. Any ideas what? Have we dealt with that?
Yeah. The collateral, you guys split up not to clean up it, but to basically disperse yourselves from it. The Great Hunt did.
Okay.
So you just kind of, you guys are, a lot of times that'll happen. You guys will just slip away and then, meet up later a month down the line for a big job or whatever, or you'll do jobs on your own.
Understood. Okay.
All right, Harrigan?
So, who is it that usually hires the Wild Hunt to do these kinds of things, like kill these two ogres?
Anybody could. It was a powerful merchant in Port Brax.
Okay, so we're heading back there to get paid, basically?
Yeah, eventually.
Okay.
Eric, you got any questions?
Yeah, so we don't, like right now, we don't have a specific mission. We just got done kicking butt, and
That's
now
right.
we're kind of just resting up, drinking some mead,
Yeah, but you're still out in the woods.
sharpening my mace.
Dulling it. You're dulling a mace.
No, I'm sharpening it on a rock.
Brian? Do you have any questions, Brian? He's not unmuting. Oh, there he goes.
Yeah, I'm good. I listened to all that. I heard every word of it. Things are going well today.
Good. All right. So as you guys bed down to rest, it's late and you have a single person. The embers have gone low in the fire, and we'll say Magda is on watch as the others are resting. Apparently, Janess is having a good day. So, just a slight. I'm just teasing. All right. So let's find the gosh darn adventure. I got 3 books open here.
Magda is studying the sacred iron tome of war.
Nice.
Arna is passed out with a wineskin nearby.
So it's early in the witching hour. And you can see, you're looking at your tome, and, like I said, there's a slight hiss occasionally as some old raindrops drip into the fire before you, Magda. And you think you hear something behind you and glance back, and you can still see your shadow, stretched up across one of these massive yew trees. And then all of a sudden, your shadow detaches and starts moving away from you out of the firelight.
What in the bloody anvil is that? Kind of stand up and hold my holy symbol, which is a anvil with a skull on it.
You can see the rest of the group's shadows all detach and depart the same direction.
They're not being aggressive though, they're just leaving.
Yeah, they're just fleeing. They detach themselves from where the person is, and then you can just see the shadows, long movements for you, but for the others, since they were prone, they're just short little shadows that dart away.
So I'll go over and I'll kick at the mage first, because this seems like a magic thing. Janice, there's foul magic afoot. And then I kick at her, and then I run over and I kick at the bard too, because he knows things. Right? He reads books. Anjin, there's foul magic afoot. Awake, awake.
My ribs. What?
I know Arna's. I don't want to fight her right now, so I go over and gently nudge her. Oh no, awake. We may have foes to smite.
All right. So do you tell them?
Yeah, as you guys wake up, Magda retells the story. Our shadows detached and walked into the forest. Some sort of foul, dark magic. Most likely demons. We should go smite them.
Oops. So what do you guys want to do? What do you guys want to do as I look for a folder?
I want to reflect on arcane lore. If this is something I've heard of, or if this is just another Groundhog thing.
Oh, that's right. I was going to say something about how this game works, wasn't I? All right, so let's do that quick. So skills in this game, if you have the skill, then you'll get a +1 on your roll. It's already included on your character sheet. But if you have the skill, you can also use your reroll pool to re-roll it. The skills are roll under on a D20. And sometimes you may have advantage or disadvantage, and you can click that on your character sheet if it's under advantage or disadvantage. Okay, that's how you do skills. If you do not have the skill, you can still default back to the attribute that will help with that skill, but you can't use your reroll pool. That's what that means. So you get 1 point in your reroll pool for every level. So you'll see on your character sheet you should have 3 points with a max of 3, and those will not reset during this adventure. It's normally only on a long rest, and a long rest in low fantasy gaming is like 8 days. So it's a long period of time. So you're not going to get multiple reroll pools, and you can only use the reroll pools for what it says. So those are like trained skills, and I think like death and dying checks. It's saving throws maybe, I don't remember. The next thing you'll notice different from this old school game, if it is indeed an old school game, is that it has a luck stat. So the luck stat is derived. It starts at 10, and then you get 1 or a half per level rounded up. So you guys are all 3rd level, so you should all have 12, but a cultist gets a bonus 1 when they get to be 2nd level. That's why you have an extra luck point. And so what you use luck for is like saving throws, but it can be modified by an attribute. So like if there's a saving throw, like say something spitting acid on you, then I could say, hey, make a luck dex check like that. The interesting thing though is every time you make a successful luck check, your luck score goes down 1. So every time you make a successful saving throw, or if you use luck for one of the other things, which is exploits, they have martial exploits in this game. You have a minor exploit, a major exploit, rescue exploits, and then there's another thing that uses the luck called party rescue. So minor and major exploits are fairly similar, with minor being like you're not trying to kill anything outright. You're trying to do something that could be temporary, and it's normally going to affect individually, or like put a status on someone, like blind them, disarm them, trip them, anything like that. Very similar to like say a mighty deed in DCC, except anyone can do them. And what you do is you say, I want to do a minor exploit. You can say it before the attack. You can even say it after the attack. And what it does is give the player character a little narrative on what happens. So, you can say, hey, I want to kick dirt in his eye. Okay, so in order for it to be successful, you have to make an attack and you have to hit and do damage. And then the exploit could kick off, but it could be an opposed roll. Like if you're trying to grapple with someone or kick them off the edge of a cliff, it could be like opposed strength check or something like that. And then if it goes off, it's successful. Now a major exploit is a little more. You're doing more things, like maybe you want to do multiple things to multiple adversaries. These are both martial exploits. So, in a major exploit, you have to you're going to have to hit. You're going to have to do damage. You're narratively going to say what you're trying to do, and then you're going to make a luck check that could or could not be modified by an attribute. And if successful, then the major exploit kicks off, and you'd lose a luck point. Those are the martial exploits. And then the rescue exploit is you can do it anytime. It's not during your turn even. So if something's happening to Janess and she's about to get her head bitten off by a giant Etten, Magda could say, all right, I'm going to interpose. And so in order for this to be successful, you have to narratively say how you're going to rescue the other person. Then you have to you have to be within 30 feet, and you have to make a successful dex check. If all those things are work, then you make a luck check that could be modified or not modified by an ability. And if you're successful, then the rescue happens. The person is saved. If you fail, the rescue does not happen. If any of these things you critically fail, then that means something bad could happen to you during the exploit or during the rescue exploit. So both people could be affected by it or whatever. So, and only one person can do a rescue exploit for any particular rescue. So if Magda failed in stopping the Etten from biting off Magda's head, you couldn't do it with Arnjin couldn't try and do a rescue exploit in that situation. So only one per situation. Anytime you fail at an exploit, you cannot do another exploit against that enemy in that scene unless something drastic changes. The last thing is the party fleeing, basically. I don't even remember what the rules are in that. I've never done it. It's something like you have to say how you're fleeing and you make a check. And if you're successful, everyone who's successful at that test, that luck check, gets out of the fight. They flee. There's no flee rules. There's nothing. It's just narratively a success. Okay. Any questions on any of that? Thumbs up if we're all good. Kind of. Go ahead, Harrigan.
One quick question. Do you lose the point of luck even if you fail?
Nope. Only if you succeed.
Only if you succeed. Got it.
Yeah. And so you're not going to get luck back unless something extra, like I could award luck if I so desired, but you're not going to get it with a rest. So they have short rests in here and long rests. So in a short rest, you only get certain things back, and you have to make a successful will check even to do that. That on your character sheet, I had them written down. It's a 1, 2, and a 3, and then your con bonus will give you an extra one. So anytime you're trying to take a short rest, which can only happen after a significant combat. So you can't take a short rest after significant combat. Nothing else happens, and some people fall down a waterfall. You can't take a short rest from that. And in that short rest, you would say, okay, I'm going to take 1, 2, or 3 checks. You're only going to get that many in this whole session. And then if you take, then you're going to have to make a successful will check to get something. And that could be half your hit points. That could be a character ability. That could be a reroll pool point. So, and we'll go over that again if you guys decide that you want to take a short rest. All right. So for magic, Janess. So it shows on there how many spells you can cast, and you can cast any of those spells. You don't lose them or anything like that. So you get 3 first level and 2 second level. And when you cast it, the first thing you're going to do is say, I'm going to cast a spell before you roll initiative. And then you're going to make a DDM, which is a dark and dangerous magic check. You're going to roll a D20. And if you hit that number or below, something bad happens. We're going to roll on the dark and dangerous magic check. And then, the spell is, I'm pretty sure it still goes off, and then your DDM would go up. But whenever the DDM roll hits, then we would go over that, and you'll lose them, and then you lose a luck point, and you do some different things. But in some of those spells, maybe make the dangerous DDM roll go up more. So every time you cast, basically during the session, magic is going to get more and more dangerous for you to cast. So I do believe that there's a cultist thing as well. Like I said, I've never ran a cultist before. I got to turn a light on in here. It's getting dark. I can't see a damn thing. All right, for the cultist. I'm pretty sure there's like a tenant thing that you have to do when you cast.
Okay.
Like gaining favors and such. So go ahead and read that, and then you can tell me what it says later, because I don't know.
Okay, I will take a look at those rules here in a second.
Delegation.
All right. So he can look at those, and while he's doing that, let's go on. Aaron, you said that Arnjin was going to see if he knows anything about this, right? So you're going to take.
That is correct. Yep.
So you're going to do an arcane lore int check.
Very good. So. Oh, yummy yama. Where'd it get us? There they are. Boop. Now you say that should be figured in already with a modifier of +1 or something?
Yeah, it's going to already be in there. So your target was a 12 and you got a 7. So in this game, there's also
Oops, sorry.
There's also successes, great successes, and total failures. You'll see the TF and the GS next to your attributes. So what that means is if you had like half your F, so like his target was a 12 because his intelligence is a 12. If you rolled a 6 or below, that would be a great success. And so something would be better than that. But if you rolled 1.5 times, which would be an 18 or higher, that would be a total failure, and that would be something bad. Okay? That's how the system uses any checks or luck checks or any of those things.
Solid.
All right. So Arnjin is aware. The only thing he can think of is stealing shadows, and especially in the Drelnor wood, is you're concerned that you've heard of Fey spirits tracking humans by stealing their shadows, or using them as links to scry on their flesh and bones.
This could be terrible. And I share that information.
It could have something to do with maybe those Fey waystones that were destroyed when you were fighting those ogres. Maybe someone wants revenge. Did you say Janess was going to do anything, Brian?
I didn't, but I wrote in chat. I was firing up my lantern and getting ready to move, and then I do say, should we break camp or just give chase? In my super duper magic user voice.
Magda knows when they took off, there was no way you would be able to follow them. No human could.
Yes, but do we have some sort of way to track them?
Even having heard that there's no way to track them, what Arna would do as soon as she woke, she's got her axe nearby. She's not going to gather her bow or anything like that, but she'll quickly light a torch in the the embers of the fire, and she's actually going to go 50 or 100 feet into the woods looking for them. She's headstrong, wants to find out what's going on, while the others are sort of taking stock.
All right, so I'm pretty sure tracking is under wilderness lore, so you can check that out. You can make a wilderness lore if you want. Is there anything that Janess wants to do other than that? Light her lantern, Brian?
Yes, I am lighting my lantern and getting ready to move.
All right, so what'd you get? Did you make a roll? So on wilderness lore, you can just
Is that just int?
whatever it is, yeah.
I think it is.
Yes.
Ooh, yeah, a great success. So Arna's storming around the camp with her battle axe in hand, staring at the ground, looking at twigs, and she's like, she can tell that she has no shadow, but there also is no trace of anything that has moved through here other than you guys. It looks like you even spot the last place that Arnjin wandered off to relieve himself.
But no sign of the shadows.
Exactly.
I can imagine she looks at her hand. She has a torch too, so she's kind of looking at her hand with the torch nearby, amazed that there's no shadow that's shining on the ground from it. They've vanished. No sign of them.
Well, do we even really need a shadow?
This is dark sorcery.
True.
My shadow is my companion. It's traveled the world with me. I need it back.
Then we must go get it.
I like
I
that
have
Conan
my mace under
tinge.
my shoulder. Yeah. I'm just trying to see if I have anything in my character that would help in this situation. Lore, but we already did lore. That's not going to do anything. Insight. I have sense abomination, but that's only within 120 feet. I don't know if they're probably gone by now.
The three of us would probably show up, but hey.
Yeah, yeah. So what was the knowledge that the bard gained again?
Ask him.
Shut up.
Arjun, what could you repeat what Arjun learned again from that?
Arjun can.
Yeah, that's what I'm asking Arjun.
That occasionally perhaps Fae were known to scampering off with shadows to do things. You know, Jason's pretty descriptive, so
I remember something about a bone scribe. There's something with bones. Is that true?
Hear you.
son of a bitch. Could be. And if we've set them off by breaking some Fae stones back at Ograk and Mograk, I'd say try to piss them off some more somehow. If we can't find them right now.
To get them to come back. Go
Yeah.
break some more face stones.
Yeah, let's go break some more stones.
Let's go just trash their sacred
Trash
burial
their
grounds. Yeah. Wizard, can't you track them? Wave your hands about and make things happen?
In your funny voice.
Wizard? James?
Hey, you guys
Oh, no
want
silence.
to? Do you see how Janess and Arna are set up for your characters down at the bottom? Like, put your name next to yours, Eric, on the roll 20, and Aaron, you do the same way. So that way, when people see your token, they could look down and see who's who. Go ahead.
I'm unmuted now. Can Janice make an insight check to see if they're trying to steal our spirit, or if they're just trying to see what we're doing in some kind of demonic, twisted spying thing?
So insight is really going to be checking to see like how someone is, looking at you when you're together with them. So you're probably gonna have to use magic or something, or make an arcane lore check yourself, possibly.
I don't have anything that would help discern which direction they have gone with our shadows.
Well, I guess do we just grab our stuff and go stomping around in the woods until we find some face skulls to crack?
How
Or
far are
stones
we?
to crack.
Yeah, how far are we from where we defaced the dolmens or whatever they were?
Oh, days.
Okay, so we're not going to truck back there tonight.
Yes. Let's roll up our bedrolls and search for our shadows tonight.
So I don't know if you saw at the bottom of your sheet, Brian, but you do have kind of a detect magic spell called Pierce the Veil. I'm not saying that will help you in any way, but I wasn't sure if you realized. So like Gaze of Beguilement is kind of like Charm Person. Arcane Aegis is kind of like Shield. Insidious Slumber is like a sleep spell. Shadows and Dust is like a minor illusion. Writhing Fog is like Wall of Fog. Pierce the Veil is kind of detect magic. Mantle of Many Faces is like kind of a disguise or
Change.
change self. Sundering Sign is like knock. Curse of Searing Steel would be like heat metal, and Solace of Argona is like a healing spell.
Yeah,
Okay.
mending. Veil seems to be a 30-foot radius of detect or identify magic. I can use that now and see if I can detect or identify what magic was used.
Do you want to?
Sure, why not? Let's try to cast a spell.
All right. So the first thing we do when we cast a spell is we roll your DDM roll. So there's a
Let's
thing.
do it. Boop.
All right. So it goes up
Sorry.
to 2. What are you sorry for?
That I didn't get that.
Oh, there's some pretty crazy stuff that happened. Trust me, I'm not worried about it.
Well, let's see what we can get with this
I'm just looking
spell.
at it.
I've got 2 first level spells left now.
I'm just looking it up so I can see what it says. All right, so you do get a faint magical resonation off of each of you of divination magic. And there is a strange sense of a disbursement of your shadows. Like you can feel a very, very, very super faint tugging from each cardinal direction.
We all can feel that?
No, just Janess with her when she pierced the veil with her magic.
I imagine her eyes like turned pure white, and she kind of like went into her back arches, and
she turned into storm.
Spasm. Yeah, pretty. Except without the lightning and thunder and the flying.
The big budget.
Yeah.
Wind
and the
rustling.
Big budget.
Yeah.
Yes. Mm-hmm.
But you do think so. I should tell you that each character in this game can also try and detect magic, and you can define how you do that. It's like your hackles could raise, but it takes 10 minutes. So.
Okay. So, yes. So what do you tell us, Janice or Janes, whatever? Whatever. Janice sounds like an ant.
I
Like
say
my name's
Janess. I say
Janess.
Janess is what I say.
Giannis.
Janess.
It could be Giannis too. Whatever.
Giannis. Yes. Yes. Giannis, what do you detect?
They're pulling us in all directions.
What does that mean?
It means that our shadows have been taken in all directions. There's no right way to go from here. We chase one of our shadows at a time.
The sun slowly comes up over the horizon, and a wind picks up, and some leaves are pushed, and they seem to kind of swirl around the central area and then disperse in all directions as the trees off to where the sun is coming up kind of bow back. And you guys see a large creature moving towards you quite slowly, and he's holding his hands up in an hostile way.
Magna immediately rushes to the front, shield at the ready, mace raised in a high guard. And she shouts, "By blood or blade, victory and death, the Iron God cometh!"
It looks like it's about a... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Arnold will join her and just shout, "Do you have our shadows?"
It kind of moves forward, but it stops about 20 feet away. It easily tops 20 feet. Its heady twigs nearing the lower branches of these massive yew trees around you. It opens a mouth, and a creaking wind is heard, and the leaves rustle again. And it slowly raises one hand, points out a finger, and a leaf quickly blooms from it, from seedling. Like, if you've ever seen quick action photography, as a seed, as it slowly comes out and blooms. Well, it does this, and this leaf is easily the size of like a fairly large frond. So it's, probably 16 inches long by 12 inches wide in an oval shape. It grows and turns yellow in one spot, and then it just kind of falls off and lands on the ground. And then the tree man turns and walks away, quickly disappearing into the morning mists of the Drelnar Wood.
Magda slowly lowers her shield. Oh, that was a little disappointing.
Arna will race right past that frond that he dropped and try to go to wherever he slipped through the densest of the foliage, just to see if they can still see him walking away, or if he's already gone.
Yeah, Arna moves forward, and she can see as he moves the treetops kind of shift. He did not head north, though. He just kind of seemed to amble in a direction, and even eventually the trees stop moving as whatever it is seems to fade away. Lareth, all the books have really good tables in them. You should start with Deluxe, LFG Deluxe, or you could even get LFG, the free book. There's a free one as well. Alrighty.
Yeah, we didn't get a chance to sneak attack, Lareth. Sorry about that.
All right, so what do you guys want to do?
Janice will move over and check out the leaf that was dropped. Is there any chance to? Oh man.
Well, I'll just tell you what you see is when you first look at it. When you first pick it up and hold it, by the leaf tip, and she's just kind of holding it up and inspecting it. On both sides, it looks identical. There's mottled coloration, and the veins have been shifted around to form some kind of obscure map. And there's 5 icons on it. In the center is a heart. And you know that it pulses, the heart pulses with the lifeblood of you and your companions. To the north is a waterfall. To the east, a barren tree. To the south, a set of ruins. And to the west is a skull.
You said there were 5 marks?
Yes.
Those 4 directions, and what was the 5th one? I'm sorry.
The 5th one was in the center.
The west one was
the heart. The 5th one was the heart in the center.
The west
Did you get
was
that?
skull.
Have our shadows, our souls, been cast to these 4 winds? We have to visit each place.
I say the skull looks cool. We should go there first.
I say split up.
You and Shaggy go to the east. Daphne, I'll take Daphne and Velma. Oh, sorry.
4 solo adventures.
Scooby Snacks sound good about now. Oh wait,
Alright,
I'm
so-
not playing Finmer.
Magda sets her mace on the ground and pulls off her gauntlets and kind of inspects them absently. Well, it sounds like we have to go chase in the different directions. Do my companions agree?
Yes, a classic puzzle.
Then I say let fate decide. Someone cast a throw a stick in the air, and whichever way it points when it lands, that's the direction we go first.
Sounds like a D4 to me.
Sounds like a D4. That's right, the D4 stick. Someone cast it. With
Someone
one,
spin the D4 bottle.
with the one being north and working clockwise from there.
Do it. Hit it. Throw it.
All right, I will cast the die. The die of fate.
Spin stick.
So that would be east.
Towards
Which on
the
the
barren tree icon.
Yep.
The barren tree icon.
The barren tree of no fruit.
That is like life. I'm drawing a barren tree on my paper. Okay.
Likewise.
Break camp and get going.
East.
Break
to the
camp
tree.
and go east.
All right, nice. Let's check the variable weapon table.
The variable weapon?
I mean, weather.
Why?
Oh. I was like,
I was going to say, why?
is a weapon.
it's like, why are we getting attacked right now?
Gives me the opportunity to recite some new poetry as a bard about rain being a weapon and the like.
Magda will do her morning prayers with her mace across her knees. She will ask for guidance and wisdom and foes worthy of her smiting.
All right, nice. And
Arna finds
oh, so go ahead. Let's hear it.
all of these guys slow travelers, so she's already 200 feet ahead with her pack on her shoulder, her bow over her shoulder, her axe in hand, waiting. She wants to move.
Yes, Arna is curious, and she's scouting out the trail. And
Yep.
the Drelnor wood is relatively inactive or unhostile. Perhaps the Fays are assisting you to reach this dead tree. Perhaps not. The first day goes uneventful. We're not tracking food or anything because I don't know if you have it. Well, maybe you do. I don't know. We could, but whatever. All right, so the next day. Oh boy. Similar but drier. So it's dry here. The crush and crinkle of the leaves and the foliage of the ground crinkle beneath your feet and crackle. But you do come upon a fen. So you kind of see how it goes a little lower and a yellowish mist seems to have risen, burned off by midday. And you stand at the edge of a fen, and maybe about 100 yards or maybe 200, you can see a massive tree in the distance visible through the tiny, narrow ash that are just kind of shoot up everywhere. So there's like this fen that's full of ash trees. You know what an ash tree like? They're only like 5 or 6 inches in diameter, but they do go fairly tall, and they're bone white. But farther to the east, you can see a rise. There's occasional mounds coming out, but you're probably going to get wet as you track through this small fen.
Hobbs, are there any gods that use is this like any religious symbol that I'd be familiar with?
Why don't you make a religion roll?
Okay. I'm assuming would be lore.
I think there's a religion. No?
No, I have like lore. Let me see. It says divine lore. Yes. I have divine lore and apothecary.
It was either that or deception.
Deception. I didn't add that to my character sheet, divine lore. Here we go. Boom. Did it work?
Maybe you don't have that skill.
No, I do. I failed.
Yeah, you don't think so. It's certainly not anything of Graxus, so who cares?
That's true. Continue forward! She smashes through the undergrowth with her mace, whacking things aside with her shield. Oblivious.
Can Arna try to lead like a path that is the least wet, the least dangerous? Find the best footing towards the tree?
Was this east or west?
East.
Yeah, okay. I put you guys on the wrong side. Sorry about that.
No, your map's just upside down. That's cool.
Yeah, we'll put you down here on this land, this area here. There you go. So you can see that massive tree up there vaguely to the northeast of you.
Yep.
I see myself, seeing myself up there. Maybe I just got to refresh. It's like looking in a mirror.
Whoa, trippy.
I can see myself clearly in the rain.
I'm trying to delete it, but yeah, you guys are in the southwest corner.
Okay. Yeah, I see myself. Good.
Cool.
Oh,
So-
yep. There's two of us. It's our shadows.
There's
It
our
isn't.
shadows. Big
All right.
ganged up in these.
We saw our shadow.
So
It's like
unnaturally,
Groundhog Day.
unnaturally, it's only about a few hundred feet, maybe not even that far from you. Oop, wrong button. About 50 or 60 feet away from you, you can see a fat, squat yew tree on a mound that's coming up out of the swampy waters around it. Visibility here is particularly dim, and the air has gotten cool. The tree at the center has a skeleton nailed to it. What do you want to do?
Okay.
Sneak attack.
So, Hobbs, before we get started with this, so the way cleric or cultist magic works is I have these blessings, and if I have favor, and you either have favor or you don't, it's not like points, then I can spend it automatically to invoke a blessing. If I don't have favor, then I have to do a will check. And then if it's successful, then it happens. If it fails, then I go on the divine rebuke table. So I guess the question is, do I have favor?
Yes.
Okay, I understand. I have favor. Thank you. With seeing the skeleton, my mind immediately goes to undead. So I am going to use my sense abomination blessing, which allows me to detect undead, demons, and aberrations, including their direction, within 120 feet for 2d6 rounds. So
Okay.
I will chant in the Iron God's holy language, and I will ask for divine guidance so that my mace may find undead and dark foes. And it'll last for 5 rounds. And I'm going to stomp forward, holding my mace high and my holy symbol. How far can you move? I don't know how far you can go.
30, I think.
Is this okay? I'm wearing.
We're
plate
not
mail.
any under combat. We're not in any combat
Okay.
or anything like that.
All right. So yeah. So I'm just gonna plow forward. Brrr,
What are the
I'm
rest of
going.
you guys doing?
I'm gonna try and catch up and plow forward and have my shield out.
Janess? The same? All right. As you approach, this is what you see.
So Arna has her short bow out, which I imagine is like a horn bow from her home or her distant homeland. She's got an arrow drawn and says, "Do you want me to put an arrow into that?"
I hold up my symbol. Am I detecting any demons, undead, or aberrations, Hobbs, as we approach?
No, but you feel like the veil is weak around this tree. So
Oh, so we're close to the Fey realm.
no, the veil is like the void on the other side, not necessarily the
Oh.
Fey realm.
Okay.
So the tree has a skeleton nailed to it, wooden stakes hammered into the hands and forearms, pinning it upright. Over time, vines have grown up around the bones, further securing them in place. I'm assuming you guys are going to get up on dry land and not stand calf deep in this water.
I guess.
Yep.
I'm unafraid.
Fine.
Walk forward towards it.
Ow!
Whoa, you guys are on top of each
Squishing.
other. Janessa, are you moving forward? So we'll say it's right here.
Yes.
So as you guys all approach and step onto the dry land, nothing seems to happen until Janess does. And then you notice a darkness rattling inside the chest, the rib cage, and it kind of spreads out. The bones rattle like a puppet, like it's trying to get free of the tree, but unable to.
Yeah, Brian, that's probably true. But as a warrior of the Iron God, I have no idea. So, uh, but blood and blade. Let's claim our glory. It's trying to attack us. And I charge forward.
Okay.
Can we
Is it-
tell what kind of skeleton this is? Is it human?
Yeah, you would guess human shaped. Maybe by a big person, and you would guess a woman. And so Magda's just going to rush up there and smack it.
Yes, just crush it with her mace. It's a skeleton.
Janice screams, "No, wait!"
One of my tenets is to live boldly or not at all.
Do you stop when Janess yells wait?
I skid to a stop with my mace in midair. Why?
You can kind of see shimmering around the tree where the veil is so weak. What does Janess have to say?
You could be sucked into the veil. Everyone knows this. Come back.
Does everyone know this?
General lore. That's garbage!
Yeah.
Put the brakes on.
Arjun,
Orange
is this
is like,
true?
"Hmm." You do
I don't really feel
feel
threatened. Go ahead.
you do feel a sense, Janess does, of familiarity, either about the skeleton or perhaps the darkness that seems to envelop it. From Magda's position, you can see that there's marks all about the skeleton, and it's very easy for. Well, why don't you make a wisdom check or an int check at advantage?
Okay. Int check at advantage. I have arcane lore. Does that help?
No,
Nope. Okay. Very good. Int
could be
check
general
with
info if you have
advantage.
that.
I did not take that one. I have arcane lore, wilderness lore, divine lore, athletics, insight. Okay, I'll just roll it.
Oh, a great success. Yeah, it's obvious to you that the markings on the skeleton, it looks like this skeleton had been tortured and battered, most likely by a man-sized creature, perhaps a scorn, and then it's hammered in with these spikes into this tree.
Okay. This thing's
Janess
red.
will begin to with her stuff to start to get her 10-foot pole out.
She has a 10-foot pole.
And yeah, I carry it.
She has a spear.
I know. I like carrying
She has a spear.
and
She doesn't
a,
have a
and a
10-foot pole.
javelin.
No. How would she
No,
make her way around
I
the woods
honestly-
with all of those things? Oh, maybe it's,
I even wrote on the character sheet.
yeah, that's why these are pre-gens.
what
They
did I
already
say?
have their stuff.
All right.
It says I got a spear for reach, a javelin for a 70-foot range, and a 10-foot pole because I like carrying long pieces of wood.
Okay. What else?
What do you want to do?
10-foot pole.
What do you want to do with the 10-foot pole?
I'm going to move up and try to dislodge the skeleton from the tree.
So it's hammered with spikes through its hand and through its forearms.
Hmm.
And there's vines
So after
that are kind of
poking at
growing
it-
out of it.
After poking at it for a while with my 10-foot pole, Janess decides that she probably can't get the skeleton down and looks perplexed about the whole thing. And wonders out loud. I can't seem to get the skeleton off of the tree with my 10-foot pole that I carry around because I like carrying long pieces of wood.
All right, that's interesting. Yeah, so there's skeleton, it's rattling. The wizard is poking at it with a long stick. The bard has no idea what's happening, and the barbarian probably just wants to smash something.
The barbarian's pretty scared by all the sorcery here, I would imagine, so that's why she's keeping her
Okay.
distance.
And all this, and we can't see GM Hobbs's face to see what he's laughing at.
Okay.
You can only surmise.
Yeah, Janice, you are the wizard. What do you recommend? You told me not to smash this thing with my mace. I'm still tempted to do so. So far, your idea has been ineffective.
If this thing is lashed to the tree, though, it won't likely strike. So I would just say let Janess play with it as long as she wants.
We just set up camp and let her stare at it for a long time.
Some sort
Right.
of puppetry.
like Gandalf on the entrance to the Mines of Moria, and we just wait.
Will it off the tree?
Magda sighs, slings her mace over her shoulder, and walks back by Arna. I just kind of want to smash something.
Well, we can play a little cat's cradle. Boom.
Arna offers to cut the tree down with her axe. I can bring down the whole tree.
She's barren.
This is an excellent idea.
Okay, Arna walks up to it. Giannis,
I stand behind her with the blade, with my mace, ready to defend her.
I love how everyone pronounces Janess's name differently.
different ways. Janice.
Denise, what you doing?
All right, so
Arna,
you're going to
chop
chop the tree down, you said? I mean, you could probably pull out the spikes or cut down the vines or cut down the tree if you'd like.
We can start with the vines. Sure. But let's put it this way: Arna will look back over her shoulder, and she's basically got her axe out. And if no one stops her, she's going to start chopping and trying to take the vines down first. The spikes will be next.
All right, yeah. So Arna cuts away at the spines, and you get a closer look. It is pretty obvious, that like the fingers are smashed, the toes are smashed. It looks like whoever this skeleton once was sorely tortured before being hammered into this tree. You cut away. Go ahead.
In the middle of noticing this stuff, that there's been such torture and trauma, Arna's going to look to Giannis and Magda and say, "Is this one of us? Is this a future self?" As in, are we really going to smash this thing?
Yeah, keep going. You're doing a good job.
Yep. She keeps at it.
All right, yeah. So you easily cut those away, and now you're gonna try and like pry out the wooden spikes.
She prods it first with her axe, kind of, clang, 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 to make sure that nothing's going to jump on her.
Doesn't seem like it.
Okay, then she tries to pull one out. Yeah.
Yeah, and I'll use the handle of my mace as she's doing that to kind of use it as a lever to like kind of try to help pop them out.
What is the darkness in the chest cavity doing while we're doing all this?
It's just kind of suffused through the whole thing, and it seems like it's trying to free itself, but is unable to. Kind of has gone mollified. Whenever aggression seems to increase, the waves of this lightened veil seems to get more aggressive as well. Janess can see while they're working on it. So like when you talk about smashing things, you can almost feel the intensity around the tree as you know the hair on the back of your neck start to stand. You can smell like ozone over the fetid swamp around you.
And you were saying, Hobbs, this is probably a human skeleton, not Fae, not an elf.
Yeah. A human female.
Okay.
At least a human-like person, like a
Janice
Thule or...
says it senses our anger towards it. Maybe we need to not free it.
Then what would you do besides free it? Do you like there's I see two options. We smash it to a million pieces or we cut it down.
Arna stalks
Also,
off.
one of my role-playing skills is my accent changes for my characters throughout the entire game.
That's a pretty good skill.
The common one, actually.
Yeah, it's never the same.
Arna will be frustrated by Yanis saying, what are we supposed to do? Is the blackness at the center, is it evil? Is it one of our shadows? Which is it?
Reach in there. Reach in their old ribs there and pull it on out.
It's diffused the whole, so it's like you can see kind of this blackish shadow around the bones, like in a misty kind of suffusion around it. So it's not just like inside. It was at first, but yeah, you can caress it if you'd like.
See?
You know what? Screw it. Iron God, guide my mace, and she just swings it right at the skeleton's chest.
Smash it.
I just, swing and smash. There's a slight in the back of my head thinking this might hurt Yanis, but we'll see what happens. So Magda's just gonna rear back and smash it.
So as you smash
James.
the bones,
not Yanis.
The bones shatter away, pelting those standing around, and an unholy screech is heard and felt as the very veil is pierced.
Yeah, see, that worked.
Hang on,
Had to be done.
Part two.
And some kind of ghostly figure appears. You would say the ghost is obviously a tortured female, possibly Thule, by what you can tell just by the spectral hair and the garments and everything. And she screams, racked with fury and despair. All right, so now it's time to roll initiative. All right, so
but we freed her.
Done good.
I guess is she undead, Hobbs? Am I still sensing undead?
Yeah, you as soon as the veil opened, you could your light lit up with unholy or holy glee against the unholiness surrounding it, and then this creature came out.
It's a ghost.
So the way that you roll for initiative in this game is you do an initiative check, which all it's doing, it makes sure it's the deluxe, not original. So you're just making a dex check. If you're below your dex, you go. If you're above your dex, you fail.
So do we click the initiative roller
Yep.
or the dex roller?
Initiative roller. All right, so it looks like we got 2 successes, the best one being Arnjin's. Arnjin, what are you going to do?
I will. How close must I be with my pole arm? Is that close
10
enough?
feet. Yep, that's close.
All right. I shall. A non-game affecting battle rap to help some people out, motivate them to kill this. But
Battle rap.
I'm the meanest body rocker, and I stab it in the spleen. I roll some dice. See?
All right, so this is ascending. So
Well, now you tell me.
yeah,
Oh,
so
not
that's
the way
a very
Crom
good roll.
intended.
Well, this game is basically based on 5e. It's a streamlining of 5e. So
Oh, I thought Hobbs is an OSR person. You're not allowed to play such things.
you rolled a 3. So
That's not good.
that's not good. All right. And so
Good
now it
work.
looks like Arjun and Arjun did a dexterity, and that's it, though. Everyone else failed. Okay. So now it's time for this. All right. So it's spectral hands reach out, and its claws swipe through Magda.
Good luck. I should probably
So-
look at my armor class.
There's lots of shouting to get back and all that good stuff.
So that hits AC 17.
My AC is looks like 16.
All right, so it doesn't actually claw you. You need to make a luck will save. So go to luck and roll. Change it to will on the drop down box and then make the roll.
Okay. That's my best stat. Did I make it?
It doesn't roll. Oh, maybe I don't see a roll.
Oh, let me try it again.
There it
Oh,
goes. I
was
got it
slow.
now. So
Not
you
bad.
did make it. So
Boom.
you
I
can
lose
see
the luck then?
you can see Magda's features.
Nice features.
She's burly.
Age, and she's like 25 or something, we'll say. It looks like she instantly, her hair starts to gray, and she kind of gets some crow's feet around her eyes, and she ages 11 years.
That's with making my save?
Yes.
Wow.
Oh, wow. Yeah. I was 25 and now I'm 36. Hey, Hobbs, I'm 39 and I don't feel like I have a lot of crow's feet. So I
You
don't
do.
know what you're getting at. Oh,
I would say
Newsflash.
that she starts balding like you, but I didn't want to.
oh man. Ouch. That burns. That burns. So she grow back hair like me then too.
Back hair, you can feel it underneath your plate armor.
God dang cloak.
All right, so it looks like
Oh.
Arna had a terrible failure. Magda had
She
a
did.
terrible failure, but Janess only had a failure. What's Janess going to do?
I'd like to heal
She isn't
the
harmed.
aging that
Yeah.
she did, but I don't think I can do that. It says that I can make a pact, deal with the devil, to
Okay.
change a spell. Can I change that spell to a potion of unaging spell?
What are you talking about?
I'm a wizard. No one knows what I'm talking about. I'm gonna drop my 10-foot pole and pull out my spear.
When you say change a spell, what are you referring to?
And the Faustian Pact.
Yeah, the Faustian Pact you have is with Actravex, which is, if you go down here, it's this.
Alex, get back.
Actravex.
I mean, I'm only 30. I mean, that's like not bad, and I'm wiser. Do I gain a wisdom point, Hobbs?
I think that's an urban.
Yeah,
myth.
give him something, Hobbs.
I did. You aged 11
Oh.
years, and you feel like if you get maybe over 70, you'll die.
Excellent.
Oh, look at all that stuff right there on the screen.
Lean into it the rest of the way then.
So you can cast the Strands of Ensnarement. One of these, you can choose one of these. A caster radiates a field of protection out to 1 feet, which supernatural. So you could maybe cast this Ward of Lost Souls.
Oh, yeah. That would probably be useful.
Can't even read it.
You can't?
It'll
Maybe.
prevent undead from entering your field of protection
Oh, wait, hold
up
on.
to 1 feet. So they won't be able to touch
Maximize
you.
it. Oh, I don't want that. I definitely want to be touched.
Oh boy.
I'm so.
I know. I'm gonna hit this thing with my spear.
Okay, go ahead.
Janice
Hey, Mark.
cries out. Ah! And rolls to hit.
Spear tied to javelin, tied to 10-foot pole.
Extra reach. Did you hit 16? Is that what you did? That hits.
It says I hit a 6.
So some of the wispiness of the ghost is seems like it's scarred by the spear and kind of dissipates.
I'll take a move. 10 feet back. See how good I am at this, GM Hobbs?
Yeah, you're
You're a
great.
marvelous teacher.
I know that you that when the wizard is yelling battle cries and stabbing with a spear, you guys could be in trouble.
Oh, we're in trouble, all right.
All right, so one person's
You
left
know,
to
you-
go. I think it's Arna, right?
Oh, do I
Did
not
Magda
get-
go?
Do I not get to go with a
Oh.
terrible failure?
Magda will go last with a terrible failure.
Okay.
But you guys can go anytime you want, really. I don't care.
Arna's is also terrible, just so you know.
All right, whatever. You guys choose.
Okay,
Arna, you go ahead.
I was wondering if it was so bad that we didn't get to go at all, but you're just saying we go dead last when we roll that way.
Right.
That's how initiative works. Just kind of spout that off again, huh?
So initiative is just you roll. It's a dexterity check, and this is against regular foes. If you are lower than your dexterity, you go before the creature. If you're higher than your dexterity, fail that dexterity check, you go after the creature. And so I usually do great successes go before regular successes, and then total failures go after failures. So if you ever fight a boss monster, you have to get a great success to go before it does an initiative.
Got it.
Otherwise, they don't even roll an ish. How do you deal if you had multiple crit?
Same. You could do it by
It just
groups
all
or
goes-
whatever. Yeah.
Okay.
It's just
group
all by
together.
your initiative roll. It doesn't matter.
Solid.
Magda, do you mind if Arna goes next?
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, so when Arna, she's this whole eruption of this spirit kind of, knocks her on her back feet kind of thing. She's backpedaling a bit, but when it swipes at her friend and takes a few years off her life, and then when Janice actually does some damage, that's gonna, that sets Arna off. She flips, uses ferocious rage, so she's just gonna axes out. She's going right for it. So to do that, Hobbs, I use one of my 3 uses. Do I click the little D20 next to Ferocious Rage, or do I make a regular attack?
Just make a regular attack. So you're down to 1. Do you have to be hurt or something though to use that?
Not unless I can declare it on my turn,
Oh, okay, perfect.
or if I'm hurt, I can declare it then and there. Or if one of my friends is hurt, I can declare it then and there. But I can do it on my turn.
Perfect.
And I think it increases things by 2, puts my strength up by 2.
Okay,
Do I do that in the interface, or just roll it and we'll add it in?
just roll it. We'll add it in.
Okay. Did click it. Did anything? There it is. So she got a 6.
No, that's a strength check. You want to attack. You want to roll an attack roll on your weapon.
Oh, my bad.
Sorry about that. You asked and I didn't give you the correct answer.
That's all right.
These sheets are awesome, but they are, there's a little learning curve to use them.
Yep, because I get it. You want to roll high when you're
Ascending.
like that,
Oh,
except not much damage.
So,
Is there any bonus from ferocious attack to damage? Let me look that up. It lasts a number of rounds equal to my con modifier. Yep, damage rolls as well. So +2 damage to that.
So 4 points of damage. Her accuracy is there, but she is still a little wild and her heart beating rapidly.
Oh, yeah.
Magda stumbles back, shocked from the sudden aging, and she spits at the ground and says, "I didn't like my 20s anyway. I shall bring glory to the Iron God." And she leaps in the air. Hobbs, she has a Holy Smite blessing.
Okay.
It says, as part of a melee attack, instead of rolling damage, you cause maximum weapon damage plus your level. This attack counts as magical, and it can't be used more than once in a round. So does that mean I attack and then I can use it, or I say it now? Like, I have no idea mechanically.
I don't know either. Let me look.
It doesn't really say. Either way, I'm going to attack. It's just I don't care if the blessing is expended or not. So
It says it's part of a melee attack instead of rolling damage, so I think you still have to hit.
okay, very good. That's what I'm going to do. I asked the Iron God Graxus to bless my mace. I shall smite thee.
So
Nope.
you missed, but you're not going to lose it. So you could just
So
attack and then after it.
I can use my reroll pool though on melee attacks because that is one of my special abilities.
Correct.
Being a war priestess.
Yeah.
So I want to use my reroll pool. So how does that work?
So you just take the reroll pool down 1, and then you roll
Okay.
again.
Very good. I'm gonna do that again. This time. How about now?
Nope.
Can I do it again?
Just totally lost a step.
Sure.
In
I don't see
aging.
why not, because if you're using up your reroll pool, I don't care. Hold it
I'm
a
using
second,
it
though.
again.
Did you roll oh yeah, it doesn't matter. Oh my god, you're rolling terrible.
Oh man.
Screw it this time.
You rolled a 5, a 2, and a 5.
So she thumps into the side of the tree.
Yeah,
She's
apparently
like,
you have
"I
lost
meant
favor.
to do that. I have lots of favor. All right, well, that was that.
Atrophy.
All right, so let's roll initiative.
Janice says you swing like a little old lady, Magda.
No
I
shit.
might be in my
30-year-olds.
40s after this.
So everyone make an initiative check. Arjun got a great success. All I'm waiting for is Janessa's initiative check. A success.
4
Nice.
successes. Yeah.
Nice. So Arjun, you can go.
I'd like to inspire greatness into Arna.
Magda's lame.
Accepts.
Is that you? Are you Argisius?
Yeah, I am Argisius.
I wondered. Yeah. All right, cool. What happens?
Little, you gonna get pumped up? What? And
Jeez, so he's
Rapping bard.
rapping Bard.
my ally Arna gets a bonus equal to my charisma on one roll, such as an attack roll. Actually, I can choose to use this ability after seeing the result of her attack roll.
Nice.
So I'll hold off. I mean, I don't know if that's a full action.
Sure.
Inspire greatness if that's a normal. Oh, no action cost.
Right.
And you use it. Oh, sweet. So I'll just stop wasting time and stab at this thing with the full arm.
Do it.
Oh, stabba-labba. And yeah, it's better than last time.
Yeah, so one of the limbs seems to displace itself to block it. That's just, it's not really magical. You hit a limb, not that creature. Okay. I don't want you guys to get nervous with my fluff. Who's up?
That tree is seriously limber.
Limber
That's why I'm a
tree.
bard, see.
Oh, I almost choked on my beer.
Good.
I mean, this is not beer. This is really dark milk. That's what this is, kids.
There you go.
There's excessive drinking in the gamerhood. I'm cool with it. Look at the size of Aaron's beer. And he's
Is
drinking
he in
through
a
a
giant
straw.
beer?
A giant
Let me-
polar pop. You gotta slurp it.
Oh, I hope there's not soda in that. That's not good for you.
Yeah.
Who wants to go? Let's
Arna
see.
can go.
All right, let's go.
All right, and she's got +2 from the ferociousness. So I'm picturing some pretty wild red hair splinging around, and she's coming in hard with the axe. Hits AC 18 and
That's a
damage
hit.
5. And could she use the bard ability to do more damage?
It just looks like grant your ability bonus on one roll. So I think it is just attack. And if you don't need it,
Okay,
I didn't wrap it.
keep your body popping for now.
Well, I'm going to try to smite her again. So if you want to.
And we know Magda will need it.
Yes. Magda.
Let's go, Magda.
Magda talks a big game. All right, so she swings her mace again. Do I need to roll my will check to make my my smite, or am I out of favor? I don't even know how. I can't find a rule that says how favor goes away.
Oh, I think it says that it's up to me, like if you're not following the tenets or something.
I feel like I'm definitely doing that, like being crazy and wild. I hit AC 18 anyway.
There you go.
Oh, that's a miss. No, I'm just kidding.
And I smite it. Does strength factor into damage?
Yes.
Okay, so if the smite counts, it's 9 plus my level, so it'd be 12 damage.
All right. The ghost of this Thule warrioress screams in rage and anger. Sounds like it's Janess. Well, much of its
I'll
form
stab at it again with my spear.
Much of its form is dissipated.
Hobbs, I also just realized that Arna should have done 7, not 5. I forgot the strength bonus.
Stab with your spear.
Alrighty.
You'd have to
This
be
is
closer.
great being this 10 feet away.
You'd have to be closer.
Oh
than
man,
that,
come on.
but
I'm just 10 feet away.
no, you have to. If you
All
were
right.
only hitting 10 feet away, then you would be short of hitting the actual creature. There you go. That's good.
Can't you magic missile it or something?
Man, come on. I know. Cast magic missile.
Doesn't have magic missile.
There it goes.
AC 6.
Woohoo!
That's a miss. Uh-oh, is it time for the creature to go?
Yep.
Indeed.
I'm ready to hit my best years.
One.
30s!
So it's definitely returning the roll. It doesn't like being smited by this cleric of
Smote.
Graxus.
You've been smoted. The Iron God cometh. See your fate.
You're going to be desmoted immediately.
Feel my wrath. I'm going to be talking like that by the end of this.
Oh my
Right.
goodness. 16.
Your accent has to change.
It's Grandma Magda. Oh.
Does anyone want to try to rescue her?
Oh, yeah. Someone could.
I will.
Arna certainly would. Yeah, whoever is nearby.
Which one? You guys are both right there. Who wants to try it? You can only do one
Go ahead.
person.
I
Go
will
ahead,
try.
Andrew.
Whoever's the
Yeah, go
highest
ahead.
dex.
All right. So Arjun, how are you going to do it? What's the narrative?
Narrative is we'll scoop up between thy legs with the old pole arm here, but past the blade,
shit.
obviously, and lift it
I know.
twice over me shoulder.
Fling me over your shoulder.
You're trying to fling Magda over your shoulder. All right.
Old
Nice.
and feeble. Look at her.
I'm wearing
Wearing
plate mail.
plate mail.
That'll probably fall off.
All right. Oh, I hope not. That's even a different kind of channel. All right. So you need to make a dex check to make sure you can get in there and get this done.
Advantage or anything?
No.
No. All right.
What if I jump with it?
Yes.
Doesn't matter.
Great success.
All right. You make a great
You gotta throw her
success.
to the
So
battle rap beat.
now you got to make a strength con roll or a strength luck roll. Thank
So
you,
that's just a
Larry.
strength roll that happens
No.
to be luck, or
You take luck and then you open the drop down
what
box
is-
and
yep.
then click strength and then make the roll.
Ba-da-ba-da. Wait for it. I clicked it.
Heave ho!
Oh no! Would you like to use your reroll pool?
Yeah.
All right, try it.
I'll drop current down by 1 and just throw those bones again.
I feel like it's gonna happen this time.
I said, let's do it.
Yes.
There it is.
All right.
Yes.
So Magda is flung out of the way of the grasping ghost of the stool warrioress.
Oh, that's better. I get a running start now. Thanks.
All right. So you can charge in this game. There is a charge. All right. So who's up? Is there anybody left? Is that you guys? Oh no, that was during its turn. So I think you guys all went first. So go ahead and let's do initiative. Don't forget to take your luck stat down 1.
Don't forget to do that.
That's a failure, Arna. There's a great success. Janess, what are you going to do while they're rolling?
Terrible failure.
Well, you're on the ground.
That makes sense. I'm
Yeah,
standing up.
What are you going to do, Brian?
Stab at it with my spear.
Do it.
Do the thing.
Ooh, that's a 1.
Oh, noes.
This is bad because when you critically fumble, is what it's called in this game, in melee, the person you're attacking immediately gets an attack back.
Oh boy.
Oh, welcome to the 30
Yeah.
Club, Janice. You
All
will
right.
be a Janice now.
That back attack.
Yeah, I've seen characters
I
die
think
from
I'm
this.
going to have to use
I was
my
gonna say that's if she makes her
reroll pool on my
Well, can one of us
fumble. Can I do that?
One of us can.
No.
One of us can intervene, can't we?
Yes.
No.
You can't use your reroll pool on attack. Eric could because his class that's a special ability.
'Cause I'm a
That's
god of
unfair.
war.
That's
All right.
racist.
Who wants to do the reroll? Who wants to try? Arna's
Arna
turn.
can do it. Yeah, she's right next to the creature, so as it kind of dives for Yanis, maybe she can try to distract it or hit
So
it.
it's like floating. It is a ghostly apparition that floats over. Its long fingers seeming to stretch unbelievably long as it tries to reach out for the fine, milky skin tones, complexion of Janess, the wizardess.
Save me! Save me!
So what's Arna gonna do?
But she's trying to distract it. But basically, face me,
Save me.
not some weak mage.
All right.
The
All right,
battle
well-
is here.
Okay, so make a dex check. You're within 30
Just a
feet.
straight up dex check.
Yep. Success.
Success.
So this sounds like a luck charisma roll.
Oh boy, that was not good.
Well,
Minus
trying to-
1. What the hell? Let's do it.
it's not really a -1. It just has to be a 7 or 8 or under or whatever your charisma is.
You can do it.
Failure.
So you need an 11, it looks like.
I got a 14.
So do you want to use your reroll pool?
Oh, I can't. I thought I couldn't do that.
This is a saving throw, so you can in this luck check. He couldn't in the his attack roll, but you can for a luck check.
I would totally like to do that. Roll it again. Success.
Yay! So take down your luck, and as the creature starts to reach out, its head turns, lets out an evil hiss, and it sounded something like this. Oh, sorry, it's Charlie Daniels. Laid his bow. All right.
That was pretty good for you,
Oh,
GM Hobbs.
Geez, what's that supposed to mean?
Not bad.
All right, so Arnjin has not gone yet, correct?
Correct.
What are you gonna do, Arnjin?
I guess I'll angrily flail out with my polearm again.
All right.
Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop. Hey,
No, that's a hit. 3 points.
warming up.
An angry bard.
All right, you guys are definitely there's more parts that you can see through, and it's kind of enveloped in this mist, and it's seeming to lose turgidity. All right, has anyone else got a shot?
Just-
I lost
just-
initiative.
Yeah. There's 2 of us that failed at initiative, right?
All right, well, let's see what's going after. A 4. So it sweeps past everyone else. I think there's an interpose as well. If anyone wants to try to interpose.
No, I want this creature. It is mine to slay.
Well, it's attacking you.
Good luck.
All right.
Eventually, you'll roll less than a 16. I think your last 3 rolls have been 16.
Oh,
Hey, there it is.
he does. He misses. Fend it off. So whoever failed, Arna, I think you can go, and then we'll let the massive, horrible, total failure of Magda go.
Magda the
Is there-
medium.
That's right. Is there any benefit to coming up behind it, flanking, etc.?
Not really with this kind of creature.
Okay. Then she's just gonna. This is her last turn of the ferocious fury that she's got.
Ferocity.
Yeah, that's the one. So battle axe. Clicked it. Nothing's there. It is. Hits a 13.
Oh, that's a hit.
Actually, that's a 15 as well because she's got the +2.
That too is
and
a
that's-
hit.
And then six damage. So she comes and cleaves it right through the middle with the axe. I don't know if it actually separates, but the axe passes through.
Yeah, its lower half dissipates, but the upper half is still there, lurking evilly and angrily. Magda.
Destroy it, Magda!
I want to try a minor exploit. So Magda's going to throw her shield aside, unneeding it anymore, and she's going to grab her mace with both hands and swing with extra ferocity at it, Hobbs.
All right. Go ahead.
I don't know what that does mechanically, but that's what she does.
So you have to hit and do damage.
I hit the button, but I don't know if it rolled or not. I might have to do it again.
It's probably is it saying rolling the dice?
It does not.
I don't know if it does that in this.
I think when I clicked this, the character sheet moved.
Oh, there you go. So what happens?
Yeah, I'm like swinging extra hard, trying to hit it right in the head, and like try to. I know it's not like a real human, but I'm trying to like hit it so hard that it feels it in its soul, and it's like stunned.
All right, yeah. So basically, it almost doesn't give, and the entirety of it shouts out in this soul-rending cry, and it dissipates, and the shimmering of the veil disappears. And the darkness of the bones laying at the tree pull itself from the skeleton and returns to Janessa's shadow.
I do a superhero landing afterwards too.
Nice. Powder
And I
puff
hand him a
girls.
cane.
Yep, my fist slams into the ground. There's a poof of dust.
I like it. And you get handed a cane. Easy, old girl.
Oh, so I didn't gain my didn't like unage after we just defeated the ghost.
No.
Oh,
Jeez.
oh well.
All right,
I'm middle ages. I'm probably close to dead now. I think.
Some of those coupons might have expired, though.
All right, what are you guys gonna do?
Cry.
I'm sure they have like a pill or an ointment or something for that, Magda.
Magnus stumbles and over to her shield and picks it up. She does
Creaking all the way.
Yeah, she's 36. She's not 90.
Creaking all the way.
Based on the webcams here, we all look over 36. So,
Right.
and I've seen Hobbs in person, and he's definitely over 36.
That's just,
I don't even remember that.
that's just untrue. I don't think I said it yet, but welcome to the chat, Mark. I hope you're having a good time. I know we are. Also, and thanks for subscribing, my friend Lareth the Beautiful. Thank you. You're on a 2-month streak. All right. What do you guys want to do now? Janess has her shadow back.
I want my shadow back.
I guess, is there anything unique? Magda's exhausted. She's expended a lot of her energy and favor, and she kind of just goes to sit next to the tree and slump down to the ground.
Do you guys want to take a short rest?
That sounds like a plan.
I would think there'd be a lot of concern
Try to-
over what's happened to Magda, yeah.
I mean,
Try
she
to get your
outwardly doesn't-
reroll pools back, guys. Try to get your
She
reroll
probably-
pools back.
Okay.
I want a reroll pool.
All right.
Does that come back after a short rest?
No, this is when we're going to go into the short rest rules.
Okay.
I got to find them because I don't know them by heart. Page 81 in Deluxe.
What's up with the tree, Hobbs?
Yep. So recover half of any lost hit points. Not a problem. Recover
So-
one use of an expended class ability or one reroll die
you
after
don't-
a will check.
Yeah, you don't just get that. So throughout this, you're going to be able to use 3 of these short rests for the whole adventure. And you have to decide, are you going to do 1 check, 2 check, or 3 checks? Plus you get a check for whatever your con modifier is. So you have to decide now, which of those 3 things are you going to do? And if say you only took 1 check and you failed the will save, you don't get anything for the short rest.
Mm.
Every successful
Right.
check you make, you get one of these things, which is recover half hit points, recover one used class ability, or one reroll pool die.
I'm going to do all 3 checks right now because I used 2 rerolls and 2 class abilities.
Yeah, so you can do 3 checks. So next short rest, you can only do 2 checks. You see what I'm saying?
And you were
Two and
spending
one.
yourself like you were going to die of old age or something.
He's like, it's a con game.
It's a con game, man. There's no tomorrow. Like, let's let her rip.
Do you have a con bonus?
I do not.
All right, so you don't get any extra. All right, so go ahead, and you're doing 3 checks, so go ahead and make your will checks. There's 1. So you got
2 out of 3.
Yeah, I double clicked. So I
you
got
got 3.
No, I failed the second one.
That's all right, but you still got the third one.
Yeah.
So what are you trying to? What do you want back?
So I get 2 things back, right?
Correct.
So 1 reroll pool and 1 class ability.
All right. So how many class abilities? You use 2 class abilities, right? So
Yep, and I have 3 normally.
Since you got a great success, I'll give you 2 of one of those.
I'll take the 2 class abilities back and 1 reroll.
All right. Is anybody else doing anything for the short rest?
I'll give it a whirl to try to get a reroll pool back.
How many checks do you want to do?
Just 1.
Okay, so you're using the 1 check. So next time you can only do a 2 or a 3.
Sounds good.
All right, go ahead. Make a will check.
Just making a con check. Is that the scoop?
Will check. Willpower.
Willpower. That's right. I'm sorry. Boop. Terrible.
Yep. So you just put like a mark next to the 1 check down in that thing. Do you have a con bonus?
I do not.
Okay. So you don't get anything this short rest. Brian, did you want to do anything?
I'm using my attuned mind on the tree. I have what is it? I have advantage versus mind attacks and when sensing magic. So any magic left on that tree?
Did you want to do anything for this short rest, and then we'll get into that? Did you want to do any checks for this?
I don't know. I have any. I didn't get hurt or anything. Everyone saved me. Arna came
used
to my rescue.
You used your spell, right?
I used a spell last night to detect magic.
So, you don't have to worry about that. All right, so you don't have to do
anything. I still got a couple spells left.
All right, so what about you, Harrigan?
Arna's going to use 2 of them. She's going to try to get back her class, Ferocious Rage, and also one of the rerolls. So 2 will roll. She has a con bonus of 2. What does that do?
So that you can choose to add another check if you'd like.
Okay, not this time.
Anytime, yeah, during any of the short rests. There's 1, so you get 1
success, 1
so you
failure.
can choose, yeah.
She's going to add to the reroll pool.
Okay.
So she's back up there. Is it on the sheet somewhere? The 3, 2, 1.
Yeah,
for the
I
short
put it.
rests?
I put it down in the notes.
Okay, I'll find it.
And then you'll see where it also says con. And then it's got like 2/2, so you could mark one of them off if you wanted to. All right, so Janess tries to attune. When you say this attuning, are you casting a spell, or are you just using that time just to see if it still has magic in it?
It's a class feature.
All right, yeah, read it to me again.
I can just have advantage versus mind attacks and when sensing magic. There's a little dice there too if you want me to roll.
I don't remember what the sense magic does. Let me look quick.
Everyone can sense magic.
Correct.
I think it's just a skill that I roll. Let's see what
I don't think you roll.
says. I'll press the button.
Guys, while you do this, I'll be back in about 2 minutes, okay?
Why don't we just take a bio break, everyone? We're probably near the middle of the session anyway, so everyone can take 2 or 3 minutes.
Okay.
Good.
Sounds good.
Whoop. All right.
Sounds like a thing. Greetings, fellow adventurers.
Yes.
Aaron, where are you located?
I'm in Minneapolis.
Okay,
You?
another Midwesterner. I am your mortal enemy. I live in Titletown, home of the
Cool.
13-time world champion Green Bay Packers.
My dad still enjoys his visit to Lambeau Field and some bar and grill nearby where he was very happy he got to have what was known as the Lambeau heap or something.
Oh,
Gigantic burger and pile of fries or whatever. He speaks of that years later, so
yeah.
it's all good.
My buddy that lives down the street, he's from Moorhead, so he's a Vikings fan. So
okay,
we have a friendly little banter back and forth.
For sure. Especially way up in Moorhead, they don't got a whole lot to
It doesn't sound like
identify
it.
with, you know.
His stories of his childhood involved, he said, a lot of cornfields and flat land.
Occasional flooding and North Dakota college.
I mean, you could be Hobbs and be in Illinois. Gross.
Nowheresville. Yeah.
What are you talking about? That's where the gamerhood is.
And a Bears fan of all things.
I'm not a Bears fan.
I've seen a Bears hat behind you.
No, you haven't.
Yes, I have.
No, you haven't. It was a Byron Tigers hat.
A Byron? Then what football team are you?
Cowboys.
Oh, that's pretty gross too. I'm just saying.
All right. So as you guys rest and check your wounds and sharpen your weapons and redo the straps on your armor, Janess walks about the tree and examines it, and she no longer feels any magic whatsoever. In fact, the shimmering of the weakened veil is gone, and you can even see some like a small daffodils starting to bloom along the base of the tree.
Oh, that's pretty. I'll write me a poem.
So what do you guys want to do?
So, I guess that the easiest thing is to either head northeast or southeast, because west is probably the most inefficient. So we can either do this thing clockwise or counterclockwise. I rolled last time, so if someone wants to decide.
So we see this shadow on Janice now.
Yep.
Oh, nice.
Janice. That's another way of saying it.
Did it materialize like from nowhere? Did it come from the specter wraith creature when we killed it? Did it come out of the tree? How did it manifest?
It came out of the skeleton that was still nailed to the tree.
Did it do that before we defeated the Guardian?
No.
Okay.
Hobbs, can I do a quick divine lore check? Which divine lore? Oh, damn it! I had a thing. Was on the right page, and now I'm not. To try to determine if there's some way to undo the aging. It says specialized, obscure, or forbidden religious lore, rites, and creatures, holy or into unholy.
Sure.
You're like, I don't care.
Sure.
You're like, it's not getting undone during this game, so why do you care?
No, I like it. That's good.
I get advantage on that. Boom.
Maybe through proper favor and or maybe a more powerful priest or cultist of some sort, there's likely some kind of spell that might fix it.
The Iron God would find it weak if I used another cultist. I shall become the most powerful cultist of the Iron God, and he will bless me with life immortal. We must go smite more foes. This is but a setback.
What he said.
To have that iron gray hair, you must be dedicated.
My hair is not gray enough. I need more experience.
Stand by on that.
To the ruins.
To the ruins.
Man, I lost a couple of my dice.
Magda starts plotting in the direction of the ruins.
Southwest.
Oh, I
So
moved
it's
somebody
about
else.
a bit after midday right now.
Ooh, just killed myself.
Arna will pathfind again. Off we go.
That's right. We will carry Janice on
Jane
her.
says it's time to leave.
James says.
My head's out.
I'm done with Sergio. He doesn't care about me.
I need to play that song now.
That's my favorite band.
Really? I mean,
What
it's a
a
good band.
shame.
Listen to it. Anyway,
What happened to Jane? Jane's name.
I thought Bazooka
What a
Joe was your favorite
shame.
band.
What name?
That's
Bazooka Joe. They got a band named that now?
It's an old band.
I thought you meant Cotton Eye Joe.
Cotton Eye Joe.
That's hilarious.
Red Southwest, Mr. Hobbs.
I'm checking something here.
Arna the Trailblazer is blazing. Someone just cracked a beer. What was that?
Yeah, that was Arna. It's the same
I wanna-
time. Super fan.
I'm detecting beer.
Yep.
Smell beer.
Divine
being open
Lord.
during
I rolled
the
a one.
game.
I always critically success on detect beer.
You guys are
That's
headed
a-
to the south, you said? You're headed southwest or something?
Southwest
Okay.
Yep.
All right.
to the ruins.
As you guys make your way, you have to camp that night. Nothing happens. But you do have dreams of a green-haired woman, female figure whose body also looks green. Picture kind of a poison ivy, but less human and much more natural appearance, with wide eyes, with amber pupils, seeming to plague your dreams. And when you awaken, you all realize that it's the same person. And perhaps it's this fae that seems to have chosen you, and is for some purpose of retribution. You have that feeling. As you're marching the next day.
So, Hobbs,
Yes.
Hobbzilla, does sleeping count as a short rest again, or is that just, or is
No.
it like a specific mechanic? Okay, roger that.
You can only do you can only do another short rest after a significant combat.
Yep, got it. Understand. Thanks.
Cool. That's cool. Is this
like it.
is this green woman more of like a dryad or more of like a hag?
More beautiful, you would say, timeless and beautiful.
Like the Jolly Green Giant's wife.
Can
Maybe.
Bard Master there make a lore check to try to determine what she is?
Yeah, who is this?
Yeah,
Sure.
Arjun.
Yeah, I got feelings. I wanna
Who is
know more.
this siren that we dream of in the night with her unholy looks?
She's not yet ripe. But I can tell you if it's genuine.
Ooh, a great success. All right, so I like it. So this imagery and the knowledge of what's happening, it reminds Arjun of the horrible curse of the Gorog. So we get to find some more lore out. This is awesome. So the tale of the Gorog is a dreadful beast of frightful wrath, born of the unseelie in their struggle against the mortals of the first age. When the last unicorn died, the Brugga of still dreams reanimated the corpse with her grief, infusing it with hatred stronger than the bones of the earth. So this woman in your dreams, you realize, is the Brugga of still dreams. And every few centuries, as the Scalds well fear, the Brugga unleashes her twisted pet upon Drelnor Forest, slaying humans across the woodland in a fever of bloodied vengeance, undulled by generations of slaughter. Single-minded and unforgiving, the Gorog must have its fill of mortal life before returning across the veil. This mortal life, you say, glancing at your fellows around you, is us.
Sounds like a proper challenge.
And this concept now, it all starts to come together, and you realize that one such time that the Gorog slipped through the veil for the unholy vengeance of the Bruga of Still Dreams, the mortals lost their shadows, and as they regained them, weakened the Gorog when it finally came for them.
Okay, so we get our shadows back. The Gorog gets weakened. We kick its butt.
Right.
Become heroes.
So presumably it's hunting us right now, though, right?
Correct.
And we're trying to find our shadows first.
Correct. There is this cool little mechanic in the adventure. It could show up at any time.
The barbarian is wise. We should probably get moving.
Yes, she is. Damn right.
All right, so as you guys are moving, like I say, this was the morning of the next day. You move into an especially dark portion of the of the Drelnor forest. So I want you find unusual looking mushrooms. Does anyone have apothecary?
Yes.
All
As
right,
a matter
so-
of fact. Do not eat, Brian, until I determine what they are.
You recognize these mushrooms as scale burn mushrooms.
Okay. And what does
so
that mean?
This is something
Yeah.
that you could harvest to make scale burn powder.
I'm assuming that causes some sort of burning sensation if we use it.
Yeah, and it affects a 5-foot radius of 2d6 plus 3 damage for 2 rounds.
Ouch. How dangerous is it to harvest? Like, if we try to harvest it, could it go wrong?
Yes. If you fail if you fail this apothecary check,
Yeah.
you could accidentally trigger a defensive spore puff.
Okay. So this is not the type of tactic that I would use. It's not iron and steel and blood and strength. So I'm just gonna stay back. These shrooms are dangerous. They will cause great burning. Do not touch them.
It's worse than jock itch. Oh, Larry, you
Jane
gotta go.
says,
I'll see you later. Sorry, go ahead.
I can try to pick some of these mushrooms.
No, do not.
Pocket carry.
I put my
skill.
mace, try to cross her arm, the mace across her skinny little mage chest. Do not touch them, Janus. You could kill us all.
Is that a 4th pronunciation?
Janus.
Janus now?
Janus. Nice.
I am your elder now. You should listen to me.
Are you going to let it go? Did you guys continue on your journey?
I'm going to continue on after I tell Janus not to do it.
Yeah, if they tarry too much, Arna's gonna be like, "We must move. There's no time. Move." She's into the woods again.
That's true. The
I can
Gorag
see
could-
Arna kicking Jane in the butt. Let's go.
That's right.
The Gorag could appear at any time, which I don't care. I think it would be more of a challenge without our shadows. It should come now.
Don't say its
maintain-
name out loud.
Yeah.
What,
Times.
Gorag? Does it scare you? Gorag, Gorag, Gorag.
You've been hanging around your kids too much.
Oh,
All right,
my
so-
kids know how to push buttons.
So you guys make your way through the forest and you come upon a fairly large ruin.
Dun, dun, dun.
Dun dun dun.
Hobbs, just quick, as you advertise to the crew, is this part of the adventure? These Roll20 maps that you have, and
Oh no, I've made the maps. Every
Oh.
bit of art that you see, the character art, the monster art, the handouts, those are all art from Low Fantasy Gaming of one product or another. But I made these maps. These are all Gabriel Picard maps.
okay.
That's
Nice.
who I pretty much almost solely use for my maps in Roll20.
And this is the same day, so we traveled that afternoon and got there, or is it the next day?
Yeah, this is
It's the
the
next day.
afternoon. Well, you traveled, you had a night's rest, you had the dreams, and
That's
then
right.
Arnjin explained, maybe he realized what's going on, and now you've arrived at this ruin. What do you guys want to do?
Arna will offer, do you want me to scout ahead? She's in the trees.
That sounds good. I will stalk behind you slowly.
So Hobbs, unless somebody else wants to do something, she's going to kind of do one of these. Stick to the woods and just try to get the lay of the land to see if there's a similar sort of setup that we saw last time.
All right, so why don't you make a stealth check?
I can do that.
James will try to look around for where the magic is.
Go ahead and make.
I think I can do it
That's-
for 60 feet.
Yeah.
Stealth is just straight dex.
You
I
don't
don't
have
see a
stealth.
stealth skill. No.
I think there is a stealth skill. You just probably don't have it.
Okay, I'm just going to roll dex.
Which means
Nope.
Fall out of the
In
tree.
fact, here.
so you can't do a reroll because you don't have the skill. If you had the skill, then you could.
I don't want to reroll. I want to keep the 20. It's a 20.
It defines me.
Good looking roll.
Yeah.
So
right.
Janess, you
Normally a
are
great roll.
not with him as she took off. You'd be back here looking around. But you do spot when you just moved yourself out. Oh, okay. When you're coming out, you kind of stumble around over some twigs when you're trying to sneak around. You can hear some kind of guttural voices in this ruins of this tower. And over here, what am I looking for? Oh, I know. All right, you see. Oh, wrong button.
Is it a whole bunch of men at arms that we can hire to help us?
You see two large bestial-looking humanoid creatures. You know these as Scorn, which are cannibalistic half-men. And they heard you, and they glance over because you made a critical failure. Or terrible failure,
Yep.
sorry. They glance over to see you. What are you going to do? So I would say that 99% of the time you're going to be fighting Scorn, but there are opportunities where you wouldn't have to, like if you had someone really glib of tongue or you use something. Yeah, they're strong, they're nasty.
Are they? Is two of them enough to worry a party like ours for four capable fighters?
No, but like I said,
Yes.
no. But you heard
I'm just
you heard guttural
I got you.
voices in this tower as well.
Similar voices that Scorn make
Yes.
that they have. Okay, she's basically going to. So are they coming towards her? Let me ask you that. Once they see her,
Hold it a second. Let's pause, and we'll go over to Janess, who is looking around and trying to figure things out. Go ahead. You get to make int roll, I believe it is, with advantage. Or I think it's an arcane lore roll. Just make an arcane lore roll with advantage. Brian, that's you. Ooh, great success.
There it is.
All right, so
Boom. Can't get better than that.
so you have
Worth the wait.
You've noticed from deeper in this ruin complex over in this direction, you notice a smell. The smell of magic is how you tell, and the odor reminds you of the aura of Arna.
She smells that bad from this far away?
Not bad. She smells like blood and roses.
Dusky.
And gristle and bone.
Yeah.
Jane says, Arna, come back. I know where your shadow is. We have to move it together.
So you see, Arna, you hear Janessa's call from behind, over your shoulder, and you glance back at these two Scorn, and they kind of have a leering look on their face, and they kind of grin and clap each other on the shoulder and kind of pick up their heavy clubs. And you can see even beyond them now, as they do this, some shifting in the back wall of the of that tower ruin that they're in. You can see that someone is chained, and looks like some sort of prisoner back there.
Okay. So she has her bow out and has an arrow drawn and aimed right at one of these Scorn. But when she hears Janice talk to her, she'll fall back. If
Okay.
I can.
Yeah, sure. What's Arjun doing during this?
He's just listening and reflecting and trying to remember his name. Sorry about that.
No problem. What about Magda?
It seems like Jane knows the smell, so I'm ready to roll. I'm not the leader here.
What does Magda
man.
do?
What? Oh no! Why do you withdraw? What did you see?
Arna will describe exactly what she saw. There are Scorn ahead to the
Scorn?
left. There are at least two, and I think more in the tower directly across from us.
Then this is a challenge. To blade, to blood, to glory. Raise your weapons. In the name of Graxus, we shall slay our enemies. She starts to run forward.
Magda! Call to her.
Impressive.
Yeah.
No, one of her tenets is no mercy, lead from the front, fight.
I like it.
Oh boy.
I cast a spell, and then I'm moving in after Magda.
All right, so you're casting the spell. So the first thing you do is roll on your DDM.
Oh, I forgot about that. Let's move back because this could go wrong, horribly wrong.
It's good. Yeah, don't do it by me. That'd be great.
Okay, so
That's it. That's it. I hit it.
No, the threshold is 2. You need to be 2 or below. Your result was a 6. So you're good.
Oh, I rolled a 6. I didn't see that.
But now the threshold
Better
moves
luck
up
next
to a
time.
3. The threshold moves up to a 3 now. And you
Okay.
what's it look like when your arcane Aegis comes into existence?
It doesn't do anything. It's invisible and something, and then it stops one attack and it's gone. One physical attack.
No, it's a shield. I think you're confused. Or I am, one or the other.
I thought I read it as it was just invisible until the time comes. It phases in and out of existence as needed, whatever that means.
It lasts 2d6 hours or until expended. The caster is protected by a hovering disc of force that phases in and out of existence as needed. Protects you like a normal shield, but does not require any hands. If you use it to negate a physical attack, the spell ends.
Yeah, so it gives you a +1 to your AC. And
Yay.
And then you can also use it to negate an attack, just like a regular shield sundering.
Yep. Here we go.
When I asked you what it looked like, I mean, it could
mess
look
around.
like something and then turn invisible or whatever. Just fluff. It was a fluff question. was a story game fluff question.
Oh,
Don't
But
talk
it could be
about
cool.
story games in the OSR.
the Arcane
Hobbs.
Aegis is super fluffy. It's really fluffy. It looks like a big floating cat,
Okay.
or maybe a big rabbit.
Very fluffy.
Very.
All right.
Groundhog Day. Oh no, I know the red panda. The red panda shield.
Okay. I'm glad I asked.
Okay, I bet you wanted that back. You get what you ask for here at Hobbs and Friends.
Hobbs, how far should we be moving up here before you stop us?
Not at all. I'm trying to find something quick.
Okay. I do have one
Sorry.
thing for Arna. When Magda takes off, Arna's going to do one thing, but go ahead and do what
Okay.
you're doing first.
Well, I can do it while you're
Do
talking.
that thing.
That thing is she's basically running parallel with her, and she says she's going to say, Magda, draw them to you. She's planning on going into these woods and hopefully hiding and then sneak attacking from this area in here.
Oh, Magna's yelling a massive war cry.
Yeah, she's just
screaming.
bellowing.
Yes. Her plate mail. Yes, this is Magna's sneak attack.
Yes, exactly.
All right. So let's roll initiative. Magda, you can see these guys over here, I'm assuming.
I mean, you're the GM. I
Yeah.
don't want to assume anything.
No, I'm saying you can. So let's roll initiative.
Okay, very good. Man, why do I suck at initiative so
Ooh, one.
bad?
2 ones.
Nice. All
Oh,
right.
good.
So,
You burn those, so you don't
Yeah.
have them on attacks, and I burned a nat 20 on an attack. Great. Or an initiative.
Great roll, Eric.
so Arna, you
Way
want
to rush in.
You want to stealth into there or something? You're trying to hide. What's it say that you have
Yep.
to do in order to get an ambush attack? Do you have that skill or something?
No, that's
Okay.
just me being narrative.
Okay, no problem. Some classes do have it. That's why I asked. All right,
Yeah.
so Arjun, what are you gonna do?
Well, I'll move. I'll kind of wade in here by this stuttering lady trying to get her battle cry out, and I'll chuck a javelin at this fool.
Do it.
Do 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 do.
Set your javelin through
Yes.
song.
The
It's a groovy
music.
javelin tune, and it's not very. It's so you don't notice me throwing it kind of somewhere, kind of like over here.
Yeah, so you throw it in there and he deflects it with his club. The leer gone, and now a rictus of fury and hunger as he spies you.
Hobbs likes to use big words. Just ask him about the one time he put a font in a temple.
Oh,
And no one knew what it was. Well, what kind of font? Arial? Or...
as long as it holds water, it doesn't matter.
I should have remembered that it was a baptismal font, but whatever. There goes my catechism classes.
All right, so who's up? You
Not
can go-
me.
Probably Arna. If
Yeah.
you go.
You can shoot if you want to, or you can hold your action to shoot later, or whatever you want to do. Can you hear me?
Who are you talking to, Arna?
Yes, Arna.
Oh, I'm sorry, Arna.
John Harrigan.
My bad. Sorry.
No worries.
Harrigan only, sir.
So she will have moved up to this little area. I just moved her, and she's going to take a shot with her short bow. That work?
Yes.
Okay. Get the bow out here. Rolling. 21. 2 damage.
Nice.
Was that wasn't a max?
No.
Because a critical is you do max damage.
What was that? 18 roll.
And you did 2?
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, 2 damage.
All right.
Unless
so-
is there anything to the damage based on anything else? Any adds?
I don't know. We'd have to read.
Don't think so. Don't think so. Go with 2. Go with 2.
Oh, when all the rest of these guys show up, you're going to say, "Oh, we probably should have done as much damage as we could have." All right, Janess. Brian, what's Janess gonna do?
I'll move to right here, and I'm pulling out another big, long piece of wood, but this time it's my spear.
Where are you pulling it out from?
And that's my move. I don't know. Wherever.
So I'm assuming she normally
Why?
carries it because I mean you can't pull a 8-foot long spear out of somewhere.
It's like your walking staff.
fact-
Yeah.
That's
The fact of the matter is, I think it's a 10-foot spear because it's got a 10-foot reach,
well,
and I do have it as carried. If you look at in the PDF, there's a picture of someone carrying spears
yeah, I get that.
on one of these pages. There.
I was just saying
Page 29 in the PDF.
because you said you pulled it out. That's why I said that.
I know.
It's all right, brother. It's good.
I pulled it. What do you want me to do? I don't even know why she has a spear and not a bow. Why would you do that to me?
I don't think wizards can use bows.
You know, there are moments like this that I actually miss Thorson.
All right, these guys come rushing out. Oh yeah, we should charge. All right, so I won't charge because I think you automatically do max damage when you charge. So Magda.
Can I charge?
No, I'm not looking it up right now. Yes, you can if you want. I don't care. But you get a negative to your AC, I believe.
Well, they can't attack anymore this turn, so.
They can if you roll a 1.
Well, we'll see what happens. Hopefully, if I do that, Arnjin will save my life. Yeah, so I'll charge.
All right. I'm just going to look
And,
it up in the PDF.
If
I'm actually going to leap at him with my shield in an attempt to decleat him.
Okay.
Minor
So-
exploit.
if
Yeah,
they
sounds
only
good.
move, shouldn't they still be able to attack?
They weren't close enough. Yeah, it's fine though. I'm fine with it.
Got it.
That probably hits.
What'd you get?
20, AC 20.
Yes. And it does damage. So let's 15. Let's make an opposed strength check. So in this game, it's the lower the better.
Okay.
All right, so I made it by 1. You made it by a ton. How much damage did you do? Oh,
9.
but I thought you hit with your shield.
Oh,
Oh, and both? You can do both. I don't care.
Yeah, both. Sure, whatever.
All right, so you do 9 points of damage to this guy, and
And-
basically clothesline him with the. I think I broke his freaking neck. Kind of writhing around on the ground. Is that everyone? Initiative. You can start to hear shouts now coming from other areas of the complex.
Good. More challenge.
Oh, I thought
Another net 20 on initiative.
Are you
Wow.
kidding me?
Because I'm actually above him doing I'm about to do the people's elbow, so I'm doing all of the maneuvers.
preparations ahead of time.
Bouncing off a willow tree, off another willow tree. Boy.
Janess. What are you going to do, Brian?
I'm going to move it for a second.
This guy's on the ground. I'll just point that out. He's prone.
Oh, I got what I'm going to do. I'm going to run and leap and stab and kill and just maim this one that's on the ground that's 10 feet long.
Okay, so you'd have to get
1,
little
2,
closer.
3, 4. And stab.
do the stabbing.
I will. I totally will. There
What'd
you
you
go.
What'd you get?
20.
Okay, that's a hit.
I hit AC 20.
All right, roll damage.
I do 4.
All right, so he pinions it to the ground, spear stabbing through it and doing all the things that you said. He is slain. Who's up?
Oh, goody.
You want Arna to go next?
Yeah.
All right,
Please
so
go.
Arna was going to hide and do this whole ambush thing, but this thing's down, so she's just going to bellow and run thundering through the woods, switches to her axe. She's going to try to end this thing on the ground. Is it, if it's close to death, would like a mighty, what are they called? Mighty exploits?
It's already
Or a minor exploit?
it's already dead.
It's already-
Janess killed it.
Oh, I'm sorry, I missed that. It's already dead.
Yes.
Then how far can I get with my run here?
30.
I started here. Okay.
I'm trying to find charge. I know there's a way to charge in here too.
I'll use Control F. You just watch the game, Hobbs. I'll find it.
Well,
I
while
moved
running,
around you so quickly and stabbed it. You didn't even see me.
That's right. That's right. She's going to use one of her
That's
ferocious
right.
rages. Hobbs, she's going to use that.
Okay.
She's got one of three left there, so that'll give her a +2. Should I just roll this and we'll figure out the charge if it if
Yep.
it works? Okay. So this is a battle axe.
Impressive.
It's a fumble.
Uh-oh.
That's not
So
good.
she's ferocious. She's wild-eyed. Her hair's flying. Her axe is out, and she's probably face planting or dropping her axe or
Well, they actually get an
the
attack on
fumble
you when you fumble.
of your play. Oh, there you go.
A charging character moves up to twice as far as normal, minimum of 10 feet, and makes a melee attack, including any extra attack or second attack with a +2 bonus. Until his next action, however, all attack rolls against the character have advantage.
All right.
Oh, that's
Hit,
better than a +2.
hit
Yeah.
me, Scoring.
It is. It's nasty, isn't it? I'm looking for my thing. Here we go. So as you go charging up there, he sidesteps your attack and comes crashing in with one of his own.
Uh-oh.
17.
Oh, no.
That's a hit.
I'm closest, so
Ooh,
I will
yeah.
try to leap over and tackle her out of the way.
All right, so make a dex check.
It's not good for me, but
Ooh,
I'll use a reroll.
terrible failure. Okay.
Oh, Jesus.
Are you out of reroll points now?
I have one left.
Don't split it. Let's see
I'm
what
going
this
to use
does.
it.
Oh,
No.
okay.
No, I will use it. Short rest after this. Oh, no.
3 in a row.
Mag tries to tackle, but unfortunately the blow lands too soon. She goes diving past.
I'm like in slow motion.
No.
That was bad.
Yeah.
That's a failed rescue exploit. You're gonna pay for that one, Magda, Eric.
What? I don't know what that means, but okay.
Because
what-
it's a
Well,
terrible
I think
yeah. You're going to take the damage as well.
I think you take some damage too.
right.
Oh,
not,
sure.
not just a regular failure.
I have
Yeah.
lots of hit
Terrible.
points.
You both take 4 points.
Oh, it's but a flesh wound.
Not even.
The shouts get louder. And you can hear movements as there's people shouting around the whole area.
Holy Hannah.
This is better because now I'm in charging range.
It's a lot.
I mean, I had a 40% chance of success.
the
You would
GM
think after 3 rolls.
3 times. Yeah.
Yeah.
The GM lets out a low, evil chuckle. Whoa, I accidentally made the 3 show up.
You sure did.
I guess I don't need it. I don't know if you guys will know anything about that.
Oh, I thought it was a monstrous black scrotum.
Oh, jeez, that would be scary.
A giant
Teabags.
scrotum attached to the tree.
Yes. It's more of a hammock.
Strike it. It is the seeds of darkness.
What's happening? They all have these heavy clubs.
Oh, I didn't go.
Janet, this is when you fireball.
These guys scrabble down from up here.
Whoa, that's a lot.
Janess, you can smell the smell of Arna coming from deeper as these wolves come in. It's the one in the front seems to be imbued with the shadow of Arna.
Great wolves on top of all these guys. Fantastic.
All right. So I think is it time for initiative, or does some people have
No,
some
Magda
options?
still has to go. She had a terrible failure on initiative.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah, go.
She's gonna charge that guy.
Oh, on top of him? This seems a little weird. Oh, okay. No, that's better.
Yeah.
Lowers
Higher
us.
ground if you stand on your victim. Yeah. Bonus.
So she does a charging attack. That's a +2 on top of whatever I just roll here.
What was Argisius going blah 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 for?
That was when Brian was talking.
Oh, how nice. Brian's like sleeping now. He's like, I'm exhausted after all this.
The +2, so that's AC 13, Hobbs.
That hits.
And it does max damage, right? If it's a charge.
Is that what I said?
I don't know. Don't remember now.
All this ass kicking takes something out of you.
I can move twice as far, makes
Nope,
a melee
You
attack.
just get a +2.
including-
That's all it
Oh,
means.
just +2. Okay. So it does 4 damage.
All right.
Now we roll initiative.
Now we roll initiative, guys.
It's the final stand, I think, guys.
Looks like it.
Magda, don't suck. Oh, there we go.
Great success.
Yay!
What are these guys called?
Scorn.
The
Do I know much
score.
about them? Is it pretty basic whatnot?
Yeah, they're like vile
orcs.
cannibalistic half men.
Can
So-
I talk them down?
You could try.
It'd be pretty epic.
It would be. I mean, Janessa's standing over, pulls her spear out of the one that she just pinned
Yeah, one
into
of
the
them's dead
ground.
already.
Arna. Who goes first?
Arn-
Arna?
I think Arna has the great success. She's just going to try to take down the one that's right in front of her.
Go ahead.
That's with the battle axe, and she has ferocious rage going.
Is that a +2 then?
Yeah, so that's an 11 total
That hits.
to hit, and that's 5 damage.
Okay. Chops through this scorn.
Should we make our way to that crappy tower with the person in it?
We need to get somewhere where we can kind of narrow them down so we're not fighting all of them at once, for sure.
It's
Who wants to go
That-
next?
Sounds like a poor strategy.
Janess? Janess, you got a plan?
Jane says, "Insidious slumber, where I am pinging, and I have that little thingy.
Oh, okay.
the aqua blue brick.
Go
It's
ahead.
a
and click it on your sheet, and it'll print it over into the thing when you do it.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
Wow, 1d4 hours.
Oh yeah. Another dark and dangerous moment.
Yeah, so roll your DDM.
Whoop.
Result 13, you're good. So move that up to a 4. The spell affects a 15-foot radius and puts 4d4. So roll 4d4.
4d4.
Die for.
Okay. /R 4d4. 13. Hit
Adequate.
dice of creatures. That's right. I got them all.
Nice.
From there to there. 6 of them. Wait, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of them.
All right, so As these guys are walking, they just fall into an insidious slumber.
Nighty night.
Nicely done.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they're getting a little. Is that a little pillow or like a little blanket?
I picture it as Z's.
Little. I missed this one down here on the bottom.
No, it doesn't get him.
I got him too.
No, you didn't.
Oh.
Ran out of hit dice.
Come on.
Arjun, what's the range on your little battle rap that makes people do better?
120 feet.
Okay, I'm about to do something, so you may need to use it
Oh,
because I'm not a reroll die.
Gotcha.
All right, who's up?
Me.
I think
Can I
Mag
still
does.
move? Can I still move? Can I
Yes.
still move?
Sure.
To the tower.
Thank you. 1, 2, 3. Boop.
All right, now who?
Magna's
I'm
going
done.
to do another reckless charge, attempting to do a minor exploit where she's going to try to smash into this guy with her mace and shield to create like a bowling ball effect and smash into these guys over here.
So that's
Or you can call that a major exploit
Yeah,
if you want. I don't care.
I'll do whatever the fuck I want, sir.
Certainly do.
Oh,
I
you're
was
going
going to
to
say that
there.
that
The
is
language.
a major, I would say.
Okay, that's fine.
So
And
yeah, you need to make a you have to attack and do damage.
okay. Let me do that first, Major Tom. Let me do that first. Oh, okay, that sucked.
Troubling.
I raise my voice and then just clear my throat.
Because it's not enough to actually get him where you
Yeah.
want to, right? Yeah. Did you say you charged down there?
Yes.
Oh boy. All right. Nice. Who's up next?
Oh, Arjun can't make me feel better about it.
You can only do so many, like a +2 or +4 or something, I think.
Yeah, it's a plus.
Oh,
actually,
it's not a
modifier.
reroll.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yep. That's bad. It's gonna be a lot of advantages.
Or Magda. Who's up?
It's a con game,
I shall
Hobbs.
go.
Hobbs-a-palooza.
Oh, how can I get somewhere? Can I wade through these trees here?
Sure.
No, without major issue.
Sure.
I get like that far, maybe. And I'll try to pole arm the guy on the other side of him. Yeah,
Okay.
that jump. I'll say this is how you try and do it.
Did
but
you
I'm
say a
not very good.
nukchuck?
I'll reach around and hey, see 11.
Hits.
Reach around.
Gently dab between the legs and go beep beep.
Man, this guy does a lot of between the legs stuff.
Hey man, it's a
Harrigan.
big area. Oh, Arna growls.
What was that?
Did you have a turn still or no?
Didn't I lead it off because I got the
Yeah. You murdered the thing.
Yeah. Yep, I let it off, so I think that's
Is
it.
it a new round? Or yeah.
Or
It's the bad
beasties.
guy's turn.
The beasties
it
go.
is? Oh, you guys all won? Nice.
Yep. First time ever.
Pretty epic.
All right.
I can still get like flung over the bard's shoulder again.
Mhm.
So
That's
you
fine.
can hear some strange talking, and a loud, angry roar is audible, even above these other guys. It's coming from the southwest side.
Ruh-roh.
It's probably the Gorgon.
The
Or the Gorag.
Yep.
Yeah. I'm
Oh, it
glad I
should-
burned all my rerolls.
Yeah, exactly. Can you give us a minute?
It's kind of we're just gonna take a quick rest.
That's right. Time out. Take 5.
Oh, that's an attack of opportunity. This is Pathfinder, right?
No.
Mm.
That escalated quickly.
I wonder why that is.
I'm testing my metal, Hobbs.
All right, so this first wolf that is Janess recognizes it with the smell of Arna. Ooh, 15 hit Arjun.
I don't even know what an AC is. Yes. It does, you cheater. It doesn't matter what game we play, you cheat. Cheat at.
3 points.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't like this game. He spells armor with a U.
Armour.
He's Australian.
Armor.
Okay.
Amour.
This one would actually come over here to create some flanking action. All right, so the next one is going to be Scorn, one on each.
Remember, Magda gets attacked with advantage.
There's Magda's attack. Looks like a hit.
17 will hit.
4 points of damage.
Oh, she's still standing strong.
Here's the other Scorn. Ooh, 15 on Arjun.
That is, again, a hit.
2 points.
You know, you're the one.
I'll try to rescue Exploit. I'm not that far away. But I've moved this round though, huh?
Doesn't matter. What are you gonna do?
Oh, good. I will leap up into the air and make a bunch of noise and throw my spear somewhere at that wolf to try to make it so that he doesn't hit Magda.
Okay, so the wolf hasn't attacked Magda yet. That wolf is about to attack Magda though. Magda got hit by Scorn for 2 points, or do you want to wait to see what happens from this wolf that's flanking Magda?
Yeah, I guess I'm not following along properly.
All right, yeah, so that's going to be a hit. Do you want to try it now? So basically, you can throw your javelin in an attempt to stop it from, or you could even run up there and try and push it away with your spear, so it would just misses instead. Because you can move 30 feet.
I will move.
Make a dex check.
Absolutely, making that dex check. Look at me go.
Astonishing.
Whoop.
That's a failure. Would you like to try and use a reroll pool?
Yes.
All right, make another roll and lower your reroll pool.
Oh, crap. I did it.
It's all right. It'll come.
Come on.
Ooh, a great success. All right, now make a luck check
Yay.
modified by dexterity.
Oh, boy.
Success. All right, so Magda does not take 5 points of damage from this flanked dude. So, all right.
Nice.
So who?
Jane says, "Bad doggy."
So
And
lower
hits
your
it with its
lower your luck by 1 point, please, Janess. All right, so let's roll it. Let's roll initiative. So you can cast Insidious Slumber again. You realize that, right?
I have one more spell left.
Oh, nice.
One more for 2 second levels.
Great success, Arjun. Why don't you go ahead? We haven't seen from Janess's initiative roll yet. Ooh, another great success.
I'm sorry.
I have 2 questions.
So go.
Oh, Janess, do you want to go?
Jane says yes.
Make it so.
What are you
I
gonna
had
do?
a question for you, Hobbs, though. Which wolf is the one that has the Arnish stench? Okay. Can you mark it with like a stenchy icon? That's pretty standard. It looks like bacon. That's
Odor.
cool.
It's like an odor coming off.
No, do it.
Hey,
It's
now.
Odo with a U.
Yes.
I was wondering if Magda's name was short for amygdala, so that part of the brain.
Maybe. I thought that was
But
medulla.
anyway, go ahead, Janice. It's your turn. You can go first. If you want to. If you don't, I'll just hack at something.
Absolutely, I'm going to make a major exploit to this square and try to run through the dog and with my spear.
All right, so through the wolf and
Giddy
through
up.
the scorn. All right, that sounds like a major exploit, as you said. So make an attack roll.
Never seen that before.
Oh,
Ooh, that's a hit.
Haha.
It
So-
actually worked.
That does damage. So let's see. We have to, as a major exploit, now you're going to have to make a strength luck check.
Here we go.
Oh, nice. All right. So this is the first time I think anyone's ever really pulled off a major exploit. So what's your max damage? 6?
No. No, I think my critical hit with the spear is 8.
So that increases. That's with your level. We'll give you that though. That's fine. All right. Let's see. How many hit
Well,
points does
from,
this have?
from what I've read about major exploit Hobbs, I would get a D6.
I'm just giving you max damage on him.
Wow, you're awesome. Tell the wolf to bring some band-aids to Hobbs and Friends Twitch tonight.
I can't say it. So the wolf dies. Oh, they both die. So Janess
Nice.
The wizard.
Jeez. The best shot of the game.
skewers through
Incredible.
both of these, stabbing the wolf and attaching it to the scorn. All right, who's up?
Janice does a little dance afterwards, like, woohoo, that's me.
Do a
Woohoo.
little
I
dance.
guess I'm up. Do I have to have a 5-foot gap between me and anyone I polearm?
Get down tonight.
Or is this can I be adjacent with said polearm?
I
in
don't
this
care.
game? Okay. I'll stay right where I am and I'll just jab the snorkel guy or whatever his name is. What do they call them?
Scorn.
Scorn.
Scorn. I had a dyslexic, sorry. I thought they were snorkels.
Snorks.
Sorry about that.
Been snorking around.
Oh my gosh, I rolled good. A 19, I hit a 22.
All right. Yeah, so this thing is dead.
Oh, that was aggressive.
And then I will step on top of him and do a bardic pose.
Is that like a captain? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like Captain Morgan at first, and then
That's what I was
eventually I
like,
fully
you
step
just-
on the guy, though.
You just like Captain Morgan him. Who's up?
Sounds dirty, but it's really just, just getting better traction. I give Magna the nod to dominate for once.
Magda lost initiative. I don't know. Magna's been dominating. She killed the ghost,
True.
running all over the place.
When does Zarna go? Zarna got a critical fail too.
She's got a regular failure.
Just a regular fail.
Just a regular failure. So I think
Let's
the
get rid of
critters
this.
go next.
Let's get rid of some
Magda
of these
doesn't have
creatures.
good decks to begin with.
All right, these guys come charging in to attack Magda.
Oh, they still have it. No, they. Oh, I haven't gone yet. I think they still have advantage.
Well, whoever's left.
Oh, that's a long time.
The advantage of them died, see.
Oh, they missed anyway.
Yep. Boom. You suck.
Nice. So the wolf will attack. Ooh, turns on Arnjin.
What? Howl to your mother. What?
Misses. This is your guys' round.
Oh, oh, oh!
All right, initiative.
Oh no,
They're
those who lost initiative
They're
have
all
to go.
chalking off
Oh.
Janet.
Yeah, Arna and Magda have to go.
All right, go ahead.
Come on, Arna.
So Arna's going to run straight down here on the edge of the trees. Yennis has told her about the wolf, and she can see it now. As soon as she lays eyes on it, she's like, "That's mine. That's my shadow."
Like a wolf.
This is her last round with her ferocity. So it's a +2 on her axe. Let me roll that. In fact, let's do a charge because she moved quite a ways.
Okay, as long as you move 10 feet, you get a +2.
She did, and she hit a 20.
Nice.
So what did we determine happens with the damage on the charge? It's +2.
Nothing. It's just
No.
+2 to hit.
Nothing.
Okay, so the ferocity gives her 2 more, so it's a 4.
Okay.
Grand total of 4 damage.
Perfect. Magda.
Magna is going to swing at the kneecap of this one with a minor exploit, trying to kneecap him.
Go ahead.
Magma.
Magma.
Schmegma.
Ooh, that's a hit.
Impressive.
And
So
it does
let's-
damage.
Let's why don't you make a strength check?
Strength check. Feel my might, my fury, my power. Nope.
Ouch.
All right, so he
Feel
does
nothing.
not fall,
Okay.
but he does take the 3 points of damage. All right, now is it initiative?
I think that's acceptable.
All right, let's roll initiative, boys. Arjun,
Oh, Magda.
Magda, I think this is the first time you've ever could have the possibility of going first, and 2 other people had great successes as well. Go ahead. Go
I
ahead,
rolled a
Arna.
1 and I still did not succeed by as much as they did.
Go ahead, Arna.
No, Arna's last, right?
I mean Magda. Sorry. Yeah.
Yeah.
A
Thank you.
Magna. Okay. Now she tries a groin strike. So
Oh.
she hits him in the kneecap, but it doesn't drop him. Then she spins and does an uppercut to his groin.
Yeah, she does.
She
Mhm.
hits a groin strike.
All
2
right.
balls, 3 points. Ouch.
What's the groin strike trying to do? Stun him? Oh, he's staggered. Sorry. Yeah. I'm
Well,
doing the
if you've
staggered
ever been
thing.
struck in the groin, Hobbs, what does that do to you?
If
Well-
not much, that's quite telling.
All right. So I'll give him a con check.
Okay.
Oh, he makes it. So
Okay.
apparently he's not concerned about his groin.
And just a grazing, just a graze.
Ooh, those are worse usually. It hit him, hit him in the iron stick. They call this guy Iron Stick.
The scoring unit.
Who's
They
up?
call him the ladle.
So we got Janess or Arjun.
Janess is amazing. I'm busy writing stories about Janess. I'm like making up, tropes and things bards do. But I will kick the wolf with my.
Janice, are you going to do anything?
Yeah. Is it my turn?
Yeah, go ahead.
Because I'm ready.
Do it?
Said.
All right. Jane's gonna bounce off of a limb, spring up on top of this wall, do that twisting thing, and stab both of these here again.
Do it.
Kind of like drill it right into him and stuff, and maybe I don't know, spout something intelligent at the same time.
Take that, bitches.
This is another major. Yeah, that's it. That's the most I ever said ever.
Dude, go for it. You need to make an attack.
Yep.
It's gonna hit the button eventually.
It's AC 9.
Just a leg sometimes.
Misses.
You can use your reroll pool.
No, you
Huh?
cannot.
Oh, okay. What if
gotta
Arjun did
go.
the whole bardic inspiration thing?
Good.
To help Janice?
Yeah.
She doesn't
Is that
need
enough?
it.
Is 11 enough?
Yes.
Okay.
It's hit before.
Pump it up. Sorry. I was trying not to metagame, or I wasn't paying attention.
It's all about the meta
Sure,
games.
yeah, I'll battle rap. I'll battle rap my, to my fullest. Janice, what is your name? Is it John?
So do your. I don't know.
Toggle.
That's pretty good. I'm waiting to see if there's anything else.
Nah, I'll quit.
All right. So you need to make a luck check modified by strength, Janess.
You can do it. Don't poo-poo
A luck
it.
check modified by strength, huh? Okay. We just left this party.
Do it, Janice.
Oh
Woo.
no! So no major
Woo.
exploit, but you do 3 points of damage.
Way to go.
Uh-huh.
Right in the
Yeah.
taco.
Yay.
But you can't. You don't lose a luck. You don't lose a luck point because you didn't succeed. All right. Who's up?
Yeah, I got that part.
Arjun.
I don't have to worry about killing this wolf, do I? It's all good, right?
We killed the last thing and it worked.
The shadow soul, but yeah, it doesn't have to be Arna.
Remains
I'm
to
going
be
to crit
seen.
the shit out of it right here. Boom. Or not. AC a dozen.
Ooh, big damage, though.
Hey, Brent Taylor. Welcome to the chat, buddy. We are
Thank you.
playing through. What are we playing through? Oh, a debt unpaid.
An unpaid debt. AC 12 hit a wolf, Holmes.
Yes.
Alright, he accepts 8 points of damage.
We're in the midst of a massive fight with Scorn and their wolves. How many points of damage?
8?
Oh, that's enough after the gonad tickle you gave it previously.
Mm-hmm. It's enough. Haha!
Yes, so Arna is reunited. You can see that black kind of miasma kind of pull out and just come into Janess, and not Janess, but Arna. And now Arna once more has a shadow.
2 more weeks of winter.
She is happy.
Who's up?
I don't know, I think Arna.
Might be the creatures, then Arna, because Arna failed her
Okay.
initiative.
Yeah. Be the bad
Yep.
guys. They
Yep.
don't just run away now in
Yep.
fear.
They seem to be horrified about this this stuff that came out of the wolf, and they're like, "Oh, and they go running off." So you guys can make an attack if you'd like.
Yeah. I want to grab that guy actually by the hair and yank him back towards me.
All right, make an attack.
Okay.
Not with your mace though. It would be a different attack, but it's a critical anyway. So, what were you wanting to do? Were you wanting to just smash him with the mace when you do it?
No, I wanted to grab him and yank him back. I want to talk to this guy.
Well, they don't speak any human tongue.
When I say talk, I mean I want to hold him down on the ground and bash him mercilessly with my mace.
All right,
She means
so-
torture.
So you bash him when you hold him down to the ground. All right, who's
Okay.
next?
The
That's
one
from
with
my
the red
tenants.
dot it goes away.
What's that?
I want to hit the one that's trying to run away.
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. While I'm still in the air, spinning, screaming, "That's right,
I didn't know
bitches!"
you were a monk.
Yeah, you're probably not spinning still. You may. Oh, you fumble. So he strikes out with his attack. Misses. All right. Did Arna want to attack this guy when he fled?
Yeah, can she take a shot with her bow as he flees?
You could just attack with your weapon, your axe.
Okay. She does that.
Misses.
Yes, she does.
All right. So now what?
Well, wasn't there some other thing screaming at us?
There was.
And the prisoner.
What you have the shadow. What are you gonna do?
I went up a little bit after killing Wolfie. I want to pick up my javelin I threw at the beginning
Okay.
and check out black and white prisoner.
All right. She seems unconscious.
Humanish.
Yeah, it is a human for sure.
Yo, guys, she's knocked out.
Arna is
Yeah.
she's accompanying. She's looking at her shadow and laughing, kind of holding her hand up to the sun so she could see it on the ground. She's thrilled to have her shadow back.
Oh, okay. Here's what the woman looks like. Her left hand has been gnawed off by human-like teeth
That's gross.
and been obviously emaciated with lack of food. And her eyes kind of flutter like she's unconscious, but not quite. So she doesn't look like she's been allowed to sleep. And like I say, she's been injured, badly injured, and obviously tortured. Like, and her hand was gnawed off, bitten off with small bites.
Mm.
Hobbs, while they're doing that, I'm over here thwacking all the scorn in the head with my mace.
Well, you do hear something coming.
Okay, well, I'm looking for that. I prepare myself. I get my shield ready. Whoa,
You see it.
it's Hobbs.
I'm going to hoist this gal up and talk to her over
I
my
yell.
shoulder.
The battle is not over. It has just begun.
Hang on, we're getting out of here, and see if she even takes it into her consciousness. But
No, there's a creature we must fight.
There's two more scorn, and these are larger than the others. And they look like twin females. So are you guys fleeing, or are you going to try to fight?
Arna's joining Magda.
It's 10:27. It is time to fight.
Well, I'd rather you flee and fight the Gorog.
Oh, isn't this the Gorog?
No.
Oh.
The ogre.
Okay. I assumed it was the Gorog.
Then we withdraw.
No.
That's not one of my tenants, Mr. Hobbs. It says, test your metal, live boldly or not at all, finish your foe without hesitation,
Can
bring glory to yourself. And so Magda says, I will hold them off.
Can Arna try to convince Magda to save her strength for the real battle that's ahead?
Sure.
What do you think,
If
Magda?
you must.
We need your prowess in battle. You must help us.
It shall be here. She thumps her mace into the ground.
You're done playing? Is that what you're saying?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm just asking why she would retreat from such a battle.
Okay. I don't care.
There's only victory and death.
Jane says Solus of Argona on a prisoner, her injuries.
Okay.
Oh, maybe it's only one temporary injury. Hopefully she can.
So
And
you
1d4 lost attribute points. Hopefully this will get her enough to just get away from here with us.
you can see these two women that are larger, these female scorn, as they approach. Their muzzles extend, and they get hairier, and they look like large man wolves or woman wolves. So they're also werewolves.
Jeez. Makes it even better. Oh no, you must run. I will cover your retreat.
Arna won't leave her. Ask your god if this is where you die. Or do
That's a good question. I will ask the Iron God of War. This is where he wants me to make my last stand.
How do you do that? Is this some?
I pray.
As these are coming, time slows, and you can see the lumbering ogre as it moves forward, and you know the drizzle and of the lolling tongues of the werewolves as they haunch over, come forward. Time slows around, and you know that is the Gorog you must defeat, for Graxus hates the Fey legend and the eternal cycle that is so far gone. This is his opportunity with you, the fist of Graxus.
So he says, this is not the time to throw my life away.
Exactly.
So be it. As it pains me, I'll swing my mace at this wall in an attempt to knock it down to like block our as we retreat. Not that I think it would work, but it seems heroic.
All right.
Sure.
Make a strength check, disadvantage.
Oh, disadvantage. Well,
Does
Can
Arna
Arna
help?
help her?
sir.
Yeah, Erna can help her to at least eliminate the disadvantage.
Yeah.
Okay. I say, help me knock down this wall, she-woman.
She does. A big boot.
All right.
Starts
Yeah.
kicking
So
him
you
down.
guys blasted, and then you flee, running away.
We don't flee. We tactically withdraw like
Okay.
a
And we-
Marines.
You tactically withdraw.
I carry nibble fingers out.
All right. Partially healed for the knots.
Did we save the prisoner?
You do.
Queen nibble fingers.
Bring her. Yeah, bring her along.
I can't touch her. I'm trying.
All right. So anyone who's lost hit points will give you half of your hit. You can choose 2 out of these. We're not going to do the whole thing with the checks because we're running out of time. You can take a 1 class ability, a return of half your hit points, or 1 reroll pool, and you can chick 2 of those. You could, however you want of 2.
Half of your lost hit points or half of your total hit points?
Lost.
Sorry, can you take 2 class abilities in that?
Sure.
All right. I took a reroll and half my hit points I lost.
I did the same.
So you guys are heading off towards the next hill a day later after having rested briefly. Janess pauses. Wait, I smell something. Something dangerous. Out of the brush in front of you, jumps down. This.
It's the Gorgon.
It's
Gorag.
the Gorag.
Oh,
Gorog.
yeah. Yes. Our time slot is running out. The Gorag has revealed itself.
The Gorog bears.
Teleports. Quantum
bears-
Gorag.
The Gorog bears no likeness to the unicorn it once was. It stands 30 hands high. The hairless creature towers over horses and men, heavy as an elephant with a single jagged horn and twin razor-tooth jaws. It trumpets an unholy and veil-rending shriek. You guys all poop your pants?
Yeah, guys, we should have fought the ogre.
All right, so how many shadows did you guys get back to?
It's right.
All right, so Magda, roll 2d4.
I blame Janice for it.
I blame Janus.
Janice. Janus.
Janes.
Janes. 4, Mr. Hobbs.
You roll it
Janus.
twice.
2d4 twice?
No, 2d4. Oh, 1 and a 3. All right,
I was
so
gonna say.
it lost the ability for Fey Roar and Corroding Hide.
That sounds that's good. Because
Well done, Magda.
Whack it with stuff.
It can still do its venomous bite.
If he can hit us.
Yeah. Fat
And
chance.
and Bruga's Kiss.
That wasn't Burger. That was Bruga.
We might like that.
All right, so let's roll initiative.
So be it.
Pretty nice character sheets, though.
They're awesome, aren't they?
They work well.
That's pretty cool because the guy who made them is in the chat. Brent Taylor.
Very nice.
Oh.
Nicely done.
Oh, yeah, good job. Except my roller seems to be broken.
That's roll 20.
Terrible failure again.
All right, so this is a boss monster, so the only way you can go before it is if you get a great success.
Mm.
Well, if you'd have told me that, I would have tried harder.
I did. I
Right.
told you in the beginning.
Well, I can't remember everything because most of the stuff's
It was a
babble.
long time ago, Hobbs, and several beers ago. And I'm not drinking small beers. They're 16
Yeah.
ounces.
Fine, go for it, unicorn.
Yeah, exactly.
Bring it.
I prefer Mr. Gorog.
Okay, double mouth.
So I don't want to be all over. I'm just going to move you guys closer. So it
Well,
charges down, leaps over 20 feet into your midst.
ouch, my midst.
Lashes out with its horn.
So violent.
Ooh, a 2. So that is Magda.
Good luck.
All right. So this is the +9 on this. So that's a 21.
So I have a shield.
Okay.
Sunder.
I would like to sunder thy shield. How does that work, Hobbs?
All right. So you basically, you interpose yourself with the shield. The horn pierces it completely, destroying it, and it turns from metal. It rusts, oxidating all around it and crumbles into pieces at your feet.
Very good.
All right. So who's up? Let's have one of the successes go. Either Janess or Arnjin.
Well, I will I'll angrily lash out with my generically named polearm. AC 18?
It's a hit.
10 points, sucker!
Sheepers.
Double-faced horn goat thing? What? I want my polearm back.
Does the attack do normal, like, as much damage as it should, Hobbs? Do we see that?
It's 9 + 1 is 10.
Well, I
Oh,
guess I'm
Yep, 10 is what I do.
trying to figure out if we need like magic weapons to hit this thing or not.
No, you don't.
God, I hope not.
Okay. Well, I have this ability that says your weapon counts as a magical one for a long time, and I was just
Cool.
trying to figure out what the advantage of that is.
Yeah, it would be like the werewolves would have required silvered or something like that.
Oh, okay. So
And there was
that-
another thing in this adventure that does as well. but you
Okay,
guys
so
didn't
for this thing,
mark it
it
there.
doesn't matter. Very well.
That is a good chunk. It is not staggered. All right, so after Arnjin attacks, it stretches out.
Arnjin's running off.
No, I'm just going to surround it, you know.
Get on all sides.
One on Arna, it attacked. It tried to bite you. Does a 14 hit?
A 14 does hit. Her armor class is 14. She doesn't have a shield or anything. Bring it.
5 points of damage. The
Shit.
snaps, just kind of grazes along her shoulder. Who's up?
Flesh wound.
Janice will use her shield
Arnjin's the
or
only.
her spear.
Oh, Janice succeeded.
So basically, it attacks and it has off round attack. So every time you guys go, it goes.
Nice. Boss monster.
Okay, well, Janice is the
Janess.
next one.
Yeah. So go, Janess. With your shield, you're doing what?
Janice.
Aware of the boss monster thing. I still have night terrors of the giant snake killing Thorson. Poor little Thorson, first level.
You have magic, right?
Janice is gonna
the magic
take
user.
her spear, push the broken shield underneath the big thing, and then cast
It turned to rust.
Curse of the Searing Steel on it.
Yeah, the shield just turned into rust. So it crumbled into nothingness.
Curse of the Searing Steel on the metal part of my spear and attack with that.
All right, yeah, so like if you get it into it and then you could try that. Like stick it into it and then leave it there and then cast it. So attack this time. Because if you do it before, it's probably going to cause some problems to it, right? So
Melt
attack with it, yeah. and then once it's
I'll
stuck
roll
in there,
to hit.
yeah.
I should major exploit this somehow, but
Ooh,
whoop!
that does hit.
I hit a 17. Ooh, I do too.
Make a strength check and see if you can drive it in there, or if it skitters off of its elephantine hide.
Just strength or strength and luck?
Just strength.
Ooh, come on. Come on, baby.
No, but you can.
Oh, I'll use a reroll pool.
Yeah, do it.
I got 2 left after this. One last try. Come on. Come on.
Oh, nope.
Ah!
So it isn't stuck in him, but you did do a little damage to him. Who's up? Oh, all right. So this time it rears back, reaching up high on its hind legs, and comes down with both front feet. This time on Magda with no shield. Oh, misses.
Does not hit.
You can feel this ground shake, and dust flies up off of this opening in the clearing where you've found yourselves in this final meeting with the Gorog. Who's up?
Magda failed less than Arna. So
That's right.
as it comes down, I swing my mace at its horn in an attempt to shatter its horn into 1,000 pieces.
Okay.
Is that a major exploit, I'm guessing?
Yes.
Okay. Go.
Okay,
Go, ninja. Go, ninja.
That hits.
What now, sir?
Now you will have to make, I think it would be a strength check.
Okay.
Well, a luck check modified by strength.
Luck check modified by strength. Incoming. Boom.
All right, lower your luck by 1.
Done.
Yeah, I would say the horn is destroyed. It's shattered. You see, like, as the soul-rending screech comes out of the Gorog, and you guys blink at it as your brains are hurt. In the after image, you can see the green woman, the Brug, that's been hounding you all this time.
For blood and iron, I do this for Graxis.
All right, so it snaps at Magda. Oh, no.
That's going to hit. Someone's going to try to save my life.
Can we see the damage first, or do you have to make that
Janice.
call?
Sure, I don't care.
Janice, you going to do it, or you want to earn it?
Janice will try a red exploit.
All right, what's the narrative here?
As it comes down towards Magda after it raised up, somehow my spear dislodges, goes between Magda's legs, and she kind of just gets pushed out of the way of this telling blow. And maybe Janice gets moved back as well.
Okay, make a dex check.
Maybe we're all moving and shaking. Is it luck dex
Just dex first?
or just dex? Whoop.
Ooh, that's terrible.
Oh,
So that means
I'm taking some damage too.
you both take 9 points of damage as it comes down. The busted horn scratches across Janess as the bite digs into Magda.
Oh. I am staggered.
Is staggered when you're at half?
Yeah,
Oh, I'm not
Or
quite
less.
there.
Is it half in one blow, or just half period?
just half.
Okay.
Not quite there.
All right, nice.
Oh man.
So,
Hey, that's
who's
a
up?
good looking 20 though. And on a 20?
I like red boxes, and I cannot lie. You other players can't deny. All right. So who's up?
Arna, I think. So she's going to
Yeah.
peg Ferocious Rage. Her eyes go wide. She's frothing at the mouth. And she sees her friends go down. The horns shattered, but they're kind of, on the ground being harried by this thing. What she wants to do, tell me what kind of exploit this is. She wants to try to take its lower jaw straight off. Just chop it off.
That would be
One
a
of its
major.
lower jaws.
That would be a major.
Let's do it. Okay.
Do it.
Let's do it. So that is a +2 because she has her Ferocious Rage. A 15.
That hits.
Okay.
You did
What
damage.
does she do next?
So that sounds like a luck modified by strength.
Luck and strength.
Oh,
Failure.
no, failure.
Got it. Can she use a reroll?
Yeah.
She's going to do that.
Oh,
about that?
success.
There you go.
All right. So, you slice the lower half of its jaw off.
Whoa.
She's
Good
covered in
job.
blood. Yeah, she's right underneath it, fighting it, probably hanging onto the axe while it's moving its head, jerking her all around. Then its jaw comes off. Yeah.
Nasty veil void tumbles out of its mouth. It's drenching Arna in spittle and the veil, gore and blood. Once more, a shower of her enemies. All right, so it reels up, tries to stomp down on Arna. Ooh, that's a 20.
I'll try to kick Arna out of the way.
All right, go ahead. You need
Arna
to,
can take it if you don't have many rerolls left. She can take it.
Well, it doesn't cost a reroll, right?
I guess that's true.
I mean, if I fail, it just doesn't work, right?
unless you
Unless
could get hit.
Unless you crit.
Aha!
Look at that.
Okay,
All
so
right.
now you
Kick
have
me
to,
in the butt.
now you have to make a luck check modified by dexterity, we'll say.
What about strength? Because I'm like trying to use
Sure.
force to push her.
Sure, cheater.
Because my dexterity sucks.
Yeah, I know.
Oh,
You don't have any reroll pool, so you can't change it, so you take the 9 points anyway.
I do have one, but I'm gonna
Oh.
save it.
All right, but now you cannot make any other exploits against this creature until something significant changes.
Okay.
Okay.
So I just took
Can't
9,
either.
right? Yep.
Okay,
That's
so
pretty good.
who's up?
I think
think
that's
it's
the end of the turn.
Initiative?
Yeah, roll initiative again.
Longest round.
Ooh, a great success. Arjun, what are you going to do?
Ah,
another
good.
one.
Terrible failure.
Arjun, what are you going to do?
I'm gonna go like here. Then I'm gonna go like here. I'm gonna go like here, and then I'm gonna stab in the butt
All right, get a +2.
and flank it with my friends.
Polearm enema.
So you can give me all the bonuses you want right here.
Hits.
Dun, dun,
Oh,
dun.
that's a straight up hit.
Lets out a nasty, angry screech. You can tell that it's definitely wounded and harmed here.
Wrecked him. Damn near killed him.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I
Terrible.
did these things.
Now, because we have two great successes, Mr. Hobbs, do they get to go before the beastie, or does the beastie get to go?
No, I'll let the great success go.
Cool. NS.
Janice.
Rolling it.
Last name Thesia.
I will.
NS Thesia.
I'm drawing a blank on major exploits, so I will try to stab it with my.
You could stab it in the eye.
Damn it!
Put a giant mushroom on its horn.
Yeah.
Or a
I
marshmallow.
definitely hit it in the eye.
Are you trying to blind it permanently or just momentarily?
It was funny. I was thinking about casting that fog spell to try to obscure its vision, but this is better. I will try to go through one eye and then out the other.
Yo,
All right, so
I like it.
did you hit?
I did hit, I
You did
think.
hit. Yep, you hit. And then let's make, it seems like a dexer to me. Make a luck dex check.
There she blows.
How is your
Oh,
target?
I'll
how is
reroll
your,
pool that.
How is your dex still, your luck check still a 12? Have you been lowering it each time you succeed?
I did the one, and then I missed the next one in the scorn battle, and then I just did this one.
Oh, that's all
I
you've
failed
done?
that
You haven't
rescue
made any other
exploit.
saving throws or anything? Just seems high. That's all.
Really,
Anyway.
I haven't.
You failed. You can re-roll a pool though if you'd like.
Reroll pool. Oh boy, here we go. Come on, just one time.
Oh, nope.
Oh wait, you can't do.
Oh,
I thought we decided you can't do any exploits against this creature because you failed one earlier, right?
points.
Yeah, these
I
are
can't try
exploits.
any more rescue exploits.
It doesn't
Oh.
matter. You failed anyway, so. But yeah, you can't do any more martial exploits either.
You're a failure.
Still
Bad
takes 2
time to
points,
fail,
though.
James.
Still takes 2 points of damage though. All right, so now the creature goes.
James, 2 points.
Rears up and tries to slam Janess. Did not like that. That's a hit.
Uh-oh. Ouch.
Stomp.
6 points of damage from a massive stomp.
So I'm going to try to kick Janessa out of the way or
Save me.
something.
No one wants to. They're like, do some magic, you loser.
Arna can.
All right, dex check.
Arna can put her shoulder in front. Dex.
Yep. Oh,
Yes. Great
Great
success.
success.
Great
Now
success.
Make a luck dex check.
Luck and Dex. Failure.
Oh, no.
Save me. Save me.
Can I burn luck on or a reroll on that?
Yep.
I'll do one reroll.
Oh.
Nope. Sorry.
Sorry.
All right. No more rescue exploits this scene for Arna.
Okay.
All right. So the only person who
Six.
can do another check is Arnjin. The last person who can do rescues.
How much did
6 points.
How much did I get smashed by?
6 points.
Oh, that crushes poor Jane. Jane is at -2.
Oh boy.
Janice.
Jane says, "See ya."
Smashed by
Underfoot.
the Borog. All right. Who's up?
Wait, there are
Two
two
of us
great
had-
successes, and then
Two
so it's
failures,
between
right?
Arna and I. I failed less than Arna, so
Go
I will.
for it.
I will swing with a mighty smite strike. Eat this beast in the name of the Iron God for Janit.
For that person
gonna-
we can never
I'm
remember
gonna
the
burn
name
a.
of.
I'm gonna burn a reroll on that. Cause that's. Can I burn a reroll on a critical fumble?
Yeah, it's because you can do it on
Yeah.
attacks.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's my last reroll.
All right.
It don't. Yeah.
Misses. But at least you didn't
Hmm.
kill. You didn't get attacked back right away.
Yeah, that's true. I
Arna.
guess.
Arna's just going to try to come in with her axe. She's basically trying to. She and Magda, I guess, are protecting the fallen body at this stage. That is
Pretty significant miss.
a 9. Yep. Not going to happen.
All right. So
Actually, that's an 11. I forgot about her rage.
Yep, still misses.
Yeah, I figured.
13 miss?
Yes.
I figured. This thing's hard. Is there any
Boss
flanking in this type of game?
Yeah, I'm giving you a +2.
Oh, cool.
All right. So it tries to smash Arnjin, actually.
Oh, it kicks back.
What have I
Somebody
done
with
to
a butt.
you? Son of a bitch.
You tried to put your pole arm up its ass, you said.
Well, yeah, but it had Blockage. I'm
12,
helping.
12 points of damage.
What AC did hit?
Oh,
21.
Adequate, huh? 12 points of damage. I'll accept that. I'm not pleased.
Are you
I can't
staggered?
rescue. No one else can
Oh,
rescue
yes, I am
X-Flirt.
staggered.
This is getting down to the wire now, isn't it? Oh,
It
Yes,
is.
It is.
all right. Who's up? Magda,
I think
right?
it's initiative.
Oh, really?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Initiative.
Huzzah!
All right. Two
Finally.
great successes.
Finally.
Arjun, do you want to return fire?
Just a regular success.
I certainly do.
Do it, Arjun.
What in the butt? What? Boop. I'm
Oh.
just
This
distracting it.
is
That's bad.
Just
Alright.
kind of give it a little patty on the butt, like good game.
strikes back at Arjun again.
The umpire strikes back. Good game.
That would be a 17. Does that hit?
Me?
Yeah.
Hits me and
Yeah.
I'm wearing plate mail. So.
Right. Chances are good.
Ooh, 13 points.
Oh,
I
my
am
God.
Squirt.
Oh, jeez.
Arjun
Let's-
gets splatted.
Oh, boy.
Low, -9, just like that.
-9, ouch.
Wow.
It's like everything's going great, like in a great story, and all of a sudden, just like
This game's easy.
Martin is just dead. Yeah, this is
That's
easy.
aggressive.
Arna.
All right. The limits you were placing on exploits and like saving people, can we still try to exploit this creature? Since we've done that once, can we do that more?
Have you failed on a martial exploit on him yet?
No.
Then you can
Tried once.
continue.
Got it. Gonna try maybe what might be a minor. What I'm trying to do is distract him, chop him in the head, and then drag him to the side to give Magda a killing shot, hopefully.
Okay.
So that is her axe.
Well, like hook him with your axe in the mouth.
Yep, hook him in the head, in the
Expose his
jaw.
axe.
Right.
Yeah.
Ooh, that's
21.
A hit.
That's a 7 damage.
All right, so let's do a. Doesn't even say. Oh, you know what? I think I forgot something. I think boss monsters are supposed to be immune to exploits.
Oh boy.
Wow, this makes it more interesting.
Yes. Is that true now?
We already cleaned up.
Is that
his
suddenly
jaws.
true?
No. We'll keep doing it, but it's a opposed strength check.
Is that what this is right here as well?
Yeah.
Opposed.
Oh, when I rolled the perfect, you're not going to be able to beat it. I rolled a 1, so.
Fine.
So you still do the damage, but it's strong enough that it like ignores your bill hook when you stuck it in there and still does whatever it's doing. So, but it doesn't like what you've done, so it tries to swat you off. How much did you do? 5 points?
7 total, I think, because it's 5 plus 2.
7. I think that hits.
It is bleeding from multiple areas, and you can just see that its elephantine's skin has been sloughed off. Its horn has been shattered. It's just a jagged piece that it strikes out at you with.
She's got armor class 14, so she's been hit.
3 points of damage on Arna.
She's
Staggered?
still not even staggered. Nope.
Nice.
She's 1 point from being staggered.
Magda.
Magda charges the beast, swings her mace with a mighty smite attack, attempting to strike it right in its soft underneck area in its throat that's exposed now. Oh, I have no rerolls.
It kind of gets
Oh,
stuck
boy.
up in there, and it rears up to slam its massive feet into you.
Good luck. Okay, that does hit.
Yeah, it's a 20.
Probably. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Squick.
10 points of damage on Magda.
Still alive. I have a lot of hit points. I'm at 5 though, so I'm officially staggered.
Knocked off to the
Stagger
side.
back.
Is it time for initiative?
It's time for initiative. It's getting down to the wire.
It's not its turn?
No. Oh, yeah.
it is its
gets
turn.
a turn.
I think it's his
Yeah.
turn. Sorry.
It's all right.
Even is Magda. No, it's odd. So trying to slam Arna here.
Okay.
20. 8 points of damage.
Okay. She is now staggered. Do I have to mark that somewhere?
I did it.
Okay.
All right, you guys, this is getting crazy. Initiative. You need a
I can
great
hit a smite.
success,
I feel like it's dead.
or it goes again.
Initiative.
Oh, Magda.
Oh, success.
Oh,
All right.
Yeah.
So same thing, even as Magda.
One of
that's
us
a
is
9.
going down. Oh, boy.
right. Lashes out at Arna. Oh, a 13 or a 14.
No, it's a miss. Oh, 14's a hit.
Oh,
Nothing I can do. Nothing I can do with my. I have one reroll left. Nothing I can do.
Nope.
I
not
can't
there.
save her either because I
All
failed my
right.
exploit
All
so
right. That's a
badly.
hit.
8 points.
She's still alive.
All right, nice. Arna.
But she is a bloody mess.
Swing your blade.
Yeah. She's like drooling and arms hanging down. Tries one last swipe with her axe. She actually has an ability that gives her +2 when she's staggered, so that's good. Let's see what happens.
Do it. What
What about
was
the
it?
bard? The
Double
bard's
plus
dead.
2?
Yeah, so that's a 12.
No, needs a 15.
Yeah, so she's just waving her axe at it. She's got nothing left.
Well, one of us might die here. Who's getting
Uh-huh.
attacked?
Same thing. Oh, even Magda.
Come on. Miss.
Oh,
Oh, that's a miss.
Oh!
Yes.
Magda.
I try to smite it again.
Do it.
This.
Kill it.
Oh,
Oh no!
Is that the end of the turn?
it is.
All right. Initiative.
Initiative.
New initiative. Great successes.
Ah, terrible player.
I can do this.
Do
I
it.
have,
You,
I
Magda.
have faith. Oh.
Oh, it's Arna this time.
All right. Good night, Arna.
Oh,
no.
Oh yeah, she's got 2 hit points. So roll it. See what you can do.
Night soil. Ooh.
Bring it, Hobbs.
I'm trying. Oh, only 4 points.
Oh, she's
Still
down to
enough.
-2. Yep, she's out.
So you guys aren't necessarily dead. We can still roll the bodies
It's
after
the last roll.
Yep.
Come on, Magda.
Magda.
Wish me luck, guys. I'm blowing on my
Do
fingers.
it.
I'm
You
gonna
do
click.
Oh,
Ooh.
Nice. And 6 damage too.
are you smiting or something?
Yes.
Or that's it.
It
What
would
does
do
that
12 damage.
What happens when the Gorog is taken out by a smite from Magda?
It comes at Magda, and she's actually goes halfway inside of his mouth as she does this epic uppercut slash right into his little brain cavity, and the skull explodes at the top of it. There's a spray of blood and void brain bits, and it falls on her, and there's silence, and everyone thinks that all of the heroes have died. But Magda heaves and pushes her way out, stumbles to her feet with her back hair and crow's feet.
And then
Clogged.
out of the nearby brush comes the Bruga. And she says, fair is fair in the land of the Fae. You have been successful, and I must grant you a boon, Magda of Graxus.
I request that you restore my friends to life.
All right. So no one is dead. She casts some kind of healing magic, and we don't even have to roll on the serious injuries. And you guys are still at the brink of death, but you do wake up, and at Magda's feet lies an unblemished dead unicorn.
I eat it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a steak.
All right.
Wait, I
then.
saw a movie about this. We cut its horn off.
Which one? Oh, sorry. All right. So ends a debt unpaid, and I believe the debt has been paid. So let's do a quick highs and lows. 3.5 hours. That's not bad for a con game. We'll start on the other side. Eric, you got any highs and lows you want to mention?
I mean, it's my first time playing low fantasy gaming. I like that you have resources that you can expend to kind of deal with situations. I like games that do that because Magda rolled terrible and she still ended up living. So that's nice. I like that.
All right, cool. Brian?
Super fun to play a magic user in low fantasy gaming. There wasn't a whole lot of magic against the big boss creature that was really usable because I got down so fast. And all the martial exploits we used were just great. That was fun. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for having me on. Again, GM Hobbs, appreciate it. Everybody have a good night.
Awesome. Harrigan?
Loved it. Thanks for the invite and let me play with you guys. Like the system a lot. I like the initiative especially, which is a lot like the Black Hack, where it's basically you go before the monster or after the monster. And I really like the save your buddy mechanism, where you can you're re-rolling to try to get them out of harm's way. I'd play again anytime. It's good stuff.
Great. Aaron?
Yeah, I definitely second that. Save your buddies, and your stats matter more than like the attribute bonus, like a lot of games.
Yeah.
You're going right against those stats. I like that. I like the middling amount of skill, less than some systems like 3.5 Pathfinder, even 5th Ed. I don't know, it seems, and then it kind of incorporates some old school 4th Ed stuff with, the short rest and the long rest. I like that. And I like how it doesn't turn it into a 6-day combat like 4th edition did.
Yeah, I mean, we had like 3 different combat scenes, and 2 of them pretty epic, like an epic boss monster, and then another one with over, a dozen enemies that you fought.
Right.
We were still finished in 3.5 hours. So pretty impressive. So yeah, I would say that I wasn't planning on even running this adventure, and so I still got all the maps and all the handouts and everything finished before we played, which was pretty awesome. I'm pretty excited that we got to play another adventure and you guys had fun. It was great. I really enjoyed what happened. I mean, obviously there were 2 more encounters that you could do, but I didn't really expect you to be able to get through all of them in a 3 or 4 hour session anyway. But
right.
Pretty cool, pretty exciting. Oh, when it died, it was supposed to give you guys madness.
Well, Magda probably has that now.
A serious madness. But anyhow,
Yeah.
I hope everyone enjoyed this little trip into Mr. Hobbs's Gamerhood. It was Low Fantasy Gaming. Tomorrow is 2nd edition with Dungeon Musings. Saturday is Crystal Shard, 2nd edition. Sunday is Crystal Shard. Yeah, so we got lots of stuff happening at the Gamerhood. Thanks so much, everyone who contributed to the Upgrade the Gamerhood GoFundMe. It's why I look so good. I mean, I always look good, but I mean, I have this sweet mic and all that. But anyhow, before these guys pass out, I think we should take it to TJ.
It's a beautiful day in the Gamerhood, a beautiful day for my gamers. Would you be one? Could you be one? Out of that thunder, but don't despair. This colony's breeding great robbers. Would you be one? Could you be one? If the 80% mortality rate works for you, for a few bucks a month you can sign up and have the Hobbs kill you. So let's make the most of another Sunday.